First and foremost, we want to give all praises to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem HaKadosh.
Yahweh is the Most High's name, who the world is called God. Through his son Yahweh Shai, who the world is called Jesus Christ. HaKadosh is the Holy Spirit, all in the ancient Hebrew tongue, all right? Double honors to the Apostle Elders Great Millstone. And salute to our brothers out there preaching his word, said the truth. And with the Hebrew Israelites, all right, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, all right, through lineage, all right? We're coming out to prophesy the downfall of this place called America, man. You know, also basically Esau, the so-called white man. You can read about Jacob and Esau in Genesis, the 25th chapter. But Esau is currently ruling this planet right now, and the Lord sends his prophets out, which are Israelites, which are his chosen people, and we come out here to prophesy his downfall, because Esau, the so-called white man, is our enemy. All right, he's our enemy. All right, from birth. That's how the Lord set it up. All right. So basically, we come out here for the elect, to the elect of Israel, a remnant of Israel, to repent and come back to the will of the Heavenly Father, man. Obey His will, man. All right. So you can have a basically to be saved. You can have a chance to be saved. Right? All right. So that's what we're gonna get into through the Spirit, the actual event of being saved. Because, you know, floating around in Christianity, that's a belief. They always say, I'm saved because I turned my life over to Jesus. Right. No, man, being saved is going to be an actual event. All right, and it's a test you have to basically overcome before you be saved. All right, but the prerequisite to be saved is to be an Israelite. That's right. All right, you have to be a descendant of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Okay. All right, so somebody give me Jeremiah 8:20. We're going to go to 2 Ezra 13.
Jeremiah 8:20. The harvest is past, the summer is ended, and we are not saved.
Here it is.
Right, we're not saved, man. We're still in the land of our captivities, man. All right. So our Lord Yahweh Shai, he's coming back to save his remnant, all right, of his people, which are the Israelites. Yep. All right. So these people in this Christian church, they don't know what they're talking about, man. All right, they think heaven is actually the spirit world. It is a condition, you know. Spirit world is actually, you know, it is heaven. You are at peace, but they think it's a hell and heaven, depending on, you know, if you live good, so-called good on this planet Earth, and you know, when you're in the flesh, you die and you go to heaven. If you live bad, you know, like an asshole on the planet Earth, you go to hell. No, that's all Catholic dogma. All right. 2 Ezra 13. What I got?
13 and you wanted me to get. Okay. Yep. Pretty much start at the top. This is 2 Ezra chapter 13. It says, and it came to pass after 7 days I dreamt a dream by night, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea that it moved all the waves thereof.
Now this Ezra's receiving a vision about the Lord, our Lord Yahweh Shai coming back. All right, go ahead.
And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven.
All right, that man waxed strong is Yahweh Shai. The thousands of heaven is his angels. All right, the Lord said he was going to come back with his angels, man. All right, when he told Peter, can I now pray upon to my Father to bring 12 legions of angels? You know, that's 84,000 legions, like 6,000-7,000. All right, so the Lord is coming back with the host of heaven, man. The Lord's army, man. All right, the Lord's army way surpassed Esau's army, man.
If I could just throw something in, 2 cents. Basically, it's going to be so many, it's going to overwhelm you on the sight of it.
Yeah.
Regardless of what they're doing, the number is going to overwhelm the people's minds. People going to lose their shit because they ain't going to know what it is. They're going to bug out.
Correct. And one angel can destroy the planet Earth, man. Because angels, they don't get tired, man. Because they're not in the flesh like we are, man. They can be in the flesh, but they're extraterrestrials. Because they don't get tired. You know?
I got a quick precept to back you up. Psalm 68 and 17. The chariots of the Most High are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them, as in Sinai in the holy place.
That's right. So Esau, he got, we looking at cars, different cars and shit, different makes and models. That's how the Lord has his chariots, which are the so-called UFOs, man. And that's what Christianity can't get. They can't get that the Lord is going to be coming back in what you call a UFO, a UAP. All right, and that's where the angels travel in too, man.
I won't say Christianity. They don't believe in the power of the Lord, because they don't have faith, but they don't believe in miracles, even though they read about them. But they don't believe that the miracles actually will happen, like chariots, so-called UFOs, what they call UAPs, coming out of the sky and delivering Israelites. Negroes, Latinos, and Israelite foreigners, they can't fathom that.
Right, they believe that they're little green man. Yeah. They'll believe that before they believe that they're angels.
Yeah, with big heads and big eyes.
Yeah, because Esau basically brainwashed them in their minds with these movies, TV shows, So you got the planet Earth thinking that they're the little slimy ass creatures, and the ships, and the ships is all like, look like basically a dark abyss or some shit, with water and shit in it. No, man, the Lord's coming. His chariots are. It said in the script, was it Psalm 68? I think it said feathers, gold and silver. That's material that the Lord make the chariots out of, man. Gold, silver, brass, different metals, precious metals,
And that's to even fathom that, like that's mind blowing, because here it is, the chariots, these are celestial vehicles, but they're made up of the elements that, because gold and minerals is found in the earth. So for the chariots to be made and composed of those kind of elements, but it was not made by man in the earth. Mm-hmm. That lets you know that there was a higher power who created that. And the angels, they rolling in style, man.
Because our Lord is royalty, man. Yep. What do the royals have? Gold and silver, man, precious metals.
You ever when you read the scriptures, like I've recently read Ezekiel, the first chapter, and it spoke of how the presence of the Most High, when he came down from the chariots, but all the theatricals and the Most High came with the extras.
Yeah.
And how much more when Yahushua and the host of angels come back in these last days, they're gonna be with the extras. It's gonna be, how you get dressed, you wear your best shit, and they're gonna come out with the best chariots, with the best gold, the best, all the precious metals, all the precious rubies, and them motherfuckers gonna shine. They gonna man, the Lord is gonna make a grand entrance, and it's gonna be like everyone's gonna stop. The whole world is gonna stop.
Imagine how Jake would do. Jake, if you gave any random Israelite, Jake, Negro, Latino, Native American, gave any of them $2 million, just $2 million, say, hey, just fuck it off, right? What they gonna do? They gonna pull up somewhere in the most decked out. Hey, we laugh. Judah, we would laugh. I grew up thought I was Judah anyway, but this car would pull up with chrome on the handles.
Yeah.
And that's not even Judah.
It's
just in all of our spirit. We put the extras on everything. It's just part of our spirit.
It's like,
how much more our Father?
Jake ain't happy with just a Rolex or AP.
Yeah, they gotta
have it. They call it bust down shit with the. I just see niggas with with watches on both arms.
Yeah, I'm saying.
You know,
Yeah,
so, you know.
I seen
Can't even tell
a,
the time.
Yeah,
I seen a video of this Jake. He bedazzled his whole car, bro. The whole car
that's
was
what I'm saying.
covered
Yeah.
in diamonds.
So imagine how
Stone.
much more the Heavenly Father, which is your point. You know?
Hey,
Yeah.
real quick, this is a Song of Solomon 1,
Oh yeah.
and verse 10. It says, "Thy cheeks are comely with rows of jewels, thy neck with chains of gold."
Right. Yeah. Yeah, the doorman of Solomon, you know, was decked out royal. And what was the queen of
First chapter.
was
Sheba.
Queen, yeah, her. She basically got the doorman confused with King Solomon. 'Cause the doorman was so decked out. So the chariots are decked out. All right, and they're gonna come weaponized, man, with laser beams, man. All right. So let's get back to 2 Kings 13.
It says, and I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him.
Woo! I can grab Habakkuk 3.
That's the spirit I was already
Yeah, kind of.
right there.
So when the Lord comes back, when he comes through the atmosphere, you know, hey, he's gonna block out wherever you at. The sun gonna be blocked out, the moon gonna be blocked out, you know, the earth might quake, you know, just like Independence Day, man. You know, and people gonna be looking up, their hearts failing from fear, having heart attacks, you know, people gonna be bugging out, man, running up and down the street. Dumb niggas gonna probably shoot at the chariots and shit with their little dumbass guns and shit. It ain't gonna happen. Alright? You ain't gonna do nothing. Alright? Chariot got shields, man. Alright? They got shields.
It's not under the same. If I may, it's not under the same physics as this earthly stuff here. It's totally different technology.
It's to break it down even further. It's not made of the same elements.
Right.
These elements that
In combination of
right combination of elements. It's not made of the same. So these elements can be broken down and build back up. The elements of the chariots from the heavens can't be broken down. You can't penetrate the armor of it.
Well, there's a clip of this one scene in Afghanistan where they shot a missile through some UAP, whatever,
Yeah.
and it shot through him, and it came apart, but then it just came back together.
Yeah, materialized. Dematerialized.
How do you explain that?
That scares the hell out of Esau.
If the Father could have the children of Israel walking through the desert, through the wilderness, not their clothes, their earthly clothes and fabrics, not get old and wither away for 40 years. What else he got? And he did that with earthly stuff.
Bro, when you study the plagues, you might damn near become fascinated with it because of how great the Lord did things in that time. He sent locusts, he sent lice, he sent flies, frogs, but he made sure that all these different plagues were concentrated in a specific area.
Yeah.
They didn't go beyond the boundaries of where the Lord sent them. That's why when Israel dwelt in the land of Goshen, that's where we dwelt safely, and none of those plagues crossed over into where we were dwelling.
Not even the plague of darkness.
Come on, man. Yeah.
Gotta have it get through.
Yeah, I want to get a quick precept, right, dealing with the how the chariots are impenetrable. Psalms 46:1 in the AMP, it says, "God is our refuge and strength, mighty and impenetrable, a very present and well-proved help in trouble."
Yeah, you can't kill an angel. All right, you can't do that, man. All right, there's no weapon. Hey, Isaiah 54, man. No weapon formed against me can prosper, man.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So you can't kill off an angel, man. You can't do it.
Nope. There's Habakkuk 3, and I'm gonna read it in the NLT as well. Habakkuk 3:3, it says, "I see the Most High power moving across the deserts from Edom, the Holy One coming from Mount Paran. His brilliant splendor fills the heavens.
Oh yeah, Yahweh Shai, he's coming back. He has a hit list, you know, a kill list. And the first one are you Edomites, man. All right. Isaiah 60, 6 will tell you that.
So Isaiah 63.
Yeah, 63.
Yep. It says his brilliant splendor fills the heavens, and the earth is filled with his praise.
Right.
His coming is as brilliant as the sunrise. Rays of light,
Rays of light.
rays of light
Right.
flash from his hands, where his awesome power is hidden.
And that's what a power is, man. That's the laser beams, man. That concentrated laser fire, man. You know, Esau, he has a dwarf technology of lasers. You know, he's trying to perfect it, but he can't perfect it on a level as the Heavenly Father. All right.
Right, his direct energy weapons,
Yeah.
as accurate as that technology is, it still it doesn't hold a candle to the technology on the chariots, man.
It's like primitive technology.
Yeah.
compared to
What are you reading?
the technology that the Lord has with chariots, you know.
Yeah, remember Paul said the weakness of the Most High is stronger than men. Just to
Get that,
Yeah.
all over that.
Yep.
Think over that.
Yep, it's verse 5. It says, pestilence marches before him, plagues follows close behind. And that kind of remind me of Joel, the second chapter.
It's
Yeah.
about the message,
It said before them is a,
Garden of Eden.
is a
The NLT is nice.
Yeah, and after
and after is a desolate wilderness.
desolate wilderness.
You have life, you know, it's gonna be life springing up, you know, everybody doing, you know, being humans or whatever,
Right.
doing what they do, marrying, giving in marriage, until them lasers hit you, it's gonna be you're gonna turn to powder. You're gonna vanquish.
Yep.
You know, you're gonna be an instant spiritual realm right there, man.
Right there.
You know?
But you're gonna feel that heat first.
Yeah.
You're gonna make sure you feel every bit of that before you go up
Yeah,
there.
you're gonna know it after death by pain, man.
Right up.
We always say that the Most High
Yep.
he controls time.
Right.
So we know someone the Most High can disintegrate someone within a split second. But the Lord may slow time down to an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, just for that certain individual.
Right.
I like the
Because that chariot fire coming from Yahweh Shai is that individual is personal. So if you get judged out here by wild beasts, the sword, or pestilence, that's your lot for your judgment. But if you get hit with that chariot fire, that's personal. You know what I mean? You did a numerous of things. Maybe you offended one of the elect. Maybe you took the MOTB. You know what? You could have done a plethora of things, but just know, right? Just know that.
Like I believe a lot of the sellouts.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Sellouts is they're gonna be getting evaporated.
Yeah,
Man.
that's personal.
I got a precept to back you up. You gonna start reading?
Yeah, real quick. 'Cause I just read Habakkuk, right? I'm gonna read that last part again. Verse 5, it says, pestilence marches before him, plague follows close behind. Joel 2 and 3, a fire devoured before them, and behind them a flame burneth.
All destruction, man. The Lord ain't coming back for peace. He's coming back for destruction.
Yeah.
He coming back with the sword, the mighty sword. You know, that the earth has never seen before, man.
Celestials,
You know,
higher than earthly.
hey, wicked ass Jake in the wilderness, they seen the power. You know, they seen it.
Yeah, I can get in there too.
But in this day and age, hey, the people never seen power that the Lord's gonna come back with. What you got, bro?
I got a Zechariah 14, based on what the brother said.
If I can finish it, and then you can get it right after. Joel 2 and 3 in the NLT, it says, fire burns in front of them, and flames follow after them. Ahead of them, the land lies as beautiful as the Garden of Eden. Behind them is nothing but desolation. Not one thing escapes. Yep.
Desolation. And the Lord, when the Lord comes back with the angels with the laser beams, that's only for the wicked. That's not for, because the Lord has, basically two missions. To destroy the wicked and save his remnant. the elect.
Yep.
All right. Yeah.
And that kind of remind me of you know those movie scenes when you know everything is fully intact and perfect, and then somebody touch it and then it start slowly rotting away. That's what that remind me of. This Zechariah 14 and verse 12.
That's really talking about the missiles, you know. But you go ahead and read too, because the laser beams is fire as well. So
Yeah.
you know,
When you go into that word ray, or for Habakkuk 3,
yeah.
it the root word there is H7160, and it says Quran. It says to send out rays, right? And then it says to emit or radiate beams to shine, right? And then when you go into the root of that, it's H7161. And then when you go into the Hebrew Chaldees lexicon, it says as flashes of lightning. And when you go into lightning, lightning is the concentrated fire, right? And it's like the hottest, it's hotter than lava, right? So that's what it is.
You get struck by lightning. That was perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. Zechariah 14 and 12. And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord Yahweh will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem.
And Jerusalem basically means the elect, man. You know, Jerusalem means city of peace. Yerushalayim, the water. You know, who's the city of peace? The Lord's elect, man. All right, go ahead. And who smite Jerusalem, man? So-called white man, Esau, Edom, the other nations, and 2/3 of our people, man. Go ahead.
Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth.
And that's basically the effects of nuclear destruction. That wind, when that wind hit you. You know?
Just to back up with the point that the brother was making about, you know, how the Lord can slow time. You know, when these missiles hit, we know that there's going to be a great force, and it can easily just, you know, it's because the scriptures call it a destroying wind. So it's easy to can just disintegrate you in a split second. But the fact that it's describing it like this, that their eyes is consuming away in their holes, that means something is still intact. You know, the flesh is being consumed away, but the bone is still there.
It sounds easy when you think about how it should be in these movies. Like even that Terminator, it was Terminator 2. Terminator 2 seems the one we have the image of. When it hits her, you see her burning, and then the wind hits, and she just kind of blasts apart. It ain't gonna be that easy. You probably gonna make that go into that bullet time. That was it, bullet time. What's the one from the X-Men movies where the dude or Flash? The dude's running so fast, he's running around the rain
Flash.
and shit.
I forgot what the other dude.
Yeah. But yeah, like that.
It as the brother was talking, it reminded me like when birth, all the stages of development from that fetus into the you know the child coming out to old age. It's like the Lord is gonna reverse it, but with fire. You know, he's just gonna melt layer by layer, and it's gonna be gradual, man.
It makes me think of how the angels are in the fourth dimension, how they control things. At, you know, we're moving and doing things, but they slow shit down. The Most High may put them in the fourth dimension, and shit has shit slow down, so they feel it. They you know, they feel the pain.
Imagine how slow we look, you know, to the angels and to, you know, Yahweh Shai. Since Yahweh Shai walked the earth, it's only been 2 days.
Right.
On that heavenly time.
Yeah.
Last thing, before Brother read again, just want to make the point why we're going so hard into this, because we're afraid of that shit, man. That's why we can visualize it, because we're afraid of it. The problem is the majority of the people on earth aren't afraid of it. We read it, we see like, oh shit, I do not want this to happen. And we fear, so we move with fear. You know? The rest of the people ain't moving like that.
Hey, Noah, he moved with fear.
Right.
And because he feared the judgment, which was going to be the flood.
Right.
And it didn't even happen yet, and he was afraid and was like, man, I'm not about to be. I'm not about to drown in that shit.
It's gonna fill up.
Yeah.
Oh, hell no. You know?
And
We get scared about tsunami warnings and shit. But imagine the freaking flood.
Man, imagine the visions that the Lord gave Noah, bro.
Exactly.
Yep. That was it on what you had? If I can get this real quick and then go back to Habakkuk. Second Ezra 16 and 11. I'm gonna start at 10. It says, he shall cast lightnings, going back to what that brother read. Who shall not fear? He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? The Lord shall threaten, And who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence?
That's it. That's what them laser beams gonna do to you.
To the elements.
Beat you in the powder, man.
Yep.
It said lightning's in there too, didn't it?
Mhm.
Yep. So going back to verse 4, his coming is as brilliant as the sunrise. Rays of light, them lightnings, flash from his hands, where his awesome power is hidden.
Yeah, them lasers gonna turn you into powder. That reminds me of a word, sublimation. Sublime. Basically taking a solid to turn it straight to vapor. You're skipping the liquid level. You know?
Yeah.
That's what that reminds me of. Man. So people gonna be sublime, man. You know? They gotta.
It says, pestilence marches before him, plague follows close behind. When he stops, the earth quakes. I'm gonna read it again. It says, when he stops, the earth shakes.
That's it.
When he looks, the nations tremble. He shatters the everlasting mountains and levels the eternal hills. He is the eternal one.
Yeah. So basically the flight plan of the of Yahweh Shai and the angels, they're basically gonna come from east to the west. You know, they're gonna come because in that time is gonna be the Battle of Armageddon.
Yep.
So you're gonna have all these nations. They're gonna be in the Middle East fighting amongst each other, and they're gonna basically stop fighting each other because they see Yahweh Shai and the angels. You know, all their little earthly skirmishes. You know, it won't matter because a power is coming greater than you to set up shop on the planet Earth to put you in chains. You know, so they're gonna stop fighting each other and they're gonna turn all their attention to Yahweh Shai. You know, they're gonna try to fight. Somebody, Revelation 12. Yep. It's 12 and 7.
And also, we go back to 2nd Ezra 13.
Yeah.
You want to read me Revelation 12 now? Or
Yeah, Revelation 12.
12 and
I believe it's 12.
7.
Yeah.
Revelation 12 and 7. And there was war in heaven.
Right.
Michael and his angels.
That's not in the fourth dimension.
Right.
That's in there's different levels of heaven, and right, the rulership that you were mentioning earlier. The fourth dimension you were mentioning, but it's also said rulership, the sky, and then space.
Right.
Those are different levels of
The
heaven.
Shemayim. That's what the word that this brother just read. He said when he said sea, we came out of the sea. It's talking about the Shemayim, the heavens, the sky.
Waters.
Yeah, the waters.
Genesis.
Yeah.
Why you think the sky is blue? Because the water up there, man.
It's the same elements.
Yeah, it's what it's,
Same
Just a
elements of water.
just a different combination.
when the scripture say, "My soul shall be bathed in heaven,"
Yeah.
you know.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Michael and his angels fought against the dragon.
All right, Michael basically is the top archangel under Yahweh Shai, man, and his angels, you know, the subordinate angels under Yahweh Shai and Michael, they're gonna be there too, man, fighting against the nations of the planet Earth. And the dragon basically represents this whole Roman Empire system. Man. All right, go ahead.
Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels, and prevailed not.
That's right. Who's his angels, man? The jets, the fighter jets. You're gonna see the fire jets trying to fight against the chariots. All right, so that's basically what that means, man.
That
Just saying Maverick and Iceman from
Oh,
Top
yeah,
Gun
yeah.
and shit.
Hey,
All of them
Independence
type
Day.
of guys.
Yeah.
That's real. I mean, the real characters, you know, the real people that played them roles out of that movie. The real people that have to fly them F-35s.
He's trying
Shit like that.
to make AI to operate these jets now, because these jets can't fully be taken to their limits because the human body can't go that far.
they have them already.
You know,
That ones that they have jets that fly without
That's called unmanned
unmanned.
unmanned
They have
aircraft,
they,
drones and stuff.
You know.
Yeah.
And during this time, you got to understand this devil is going to bring out everything they got, all the artillery, all the fighter jets, shit we ain't never seen. They're going to bring it all out, and this scripture's going to say that they prevail not, but it's going to give you stupid ass people some sense of optimism, like we got a shot, we can take these things down.
To have those aliens out.
Yeah, we can take them down.
well, they already feel that way. There's all these proud Americans saying, "Oh, America could never be invaded. America this and the military that." You know, it can never be taken down. So, you know, it's like the scripture says, who can make war with the beast, right?
Right. Yeah, if you think about it, the American military is so powerful that when you think about NATO, majority of the military personnel through NATO, it constitutes of majority American forces. And then you have Turkey and so on and so forth. But America fills out majority of the military personnel for NATO. You know, now if all of the armies went to war with, let's say for example, there's life on another planet, right? And America gets into a war. It's like the Earth gets into a war with another planet. The majority of the forces from Earth is going to be mostly Americans, American forces, you know? So that's why these devils feel so strongly about their military. He was given the sword according to the blessing. The Lord gave him his technology. He ain't going to get him most high the credit, but the Lord gave that to him. And that same power that he gave to him, he's going to use against him, you know?
This is Revelation 12:7. And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon. And the dragon fought and his angels and prevailed not.
And prevailed not. All right. So the angels gonna mollywop. All right, Esau, man. You know.
Yep.
So Esau, he's done, man. He's gonna get stepped on like a cockroach, man. All right.
He's going to take a huge L, man.
Huge L.
All those billions and trillions of dollars into your military complex, only to take the biggest L that humanity has ever faced. You're gonna take that L to Yahushua and his heavenly troops. You know what I mean? And even you always cited quoting Ronald Reagan. He was alluding to that. What about when he talks about
Common enemy.
what if the enemy, an outside force, you know, comes and try to invade us? We have to put our differences aside.
Force against humanity. It's non-human.
Yeah.
Basically talking about aliens.
Yeah.
He wasn't talking in what ifs because they had the intel on the chariots.
Yeah, they been knew about it.
They been knew about it. It was just
You have to tell it.
he had to because every time there's a plane crash, every time it's a hurricane, a tornado, anything significant, the chariots in the midst there. The chariots are there. The chariots, you know, these pilots that fly commercial, they see the chariots. They report them. You know, is this on radar? And I've asked pilots before. Have you ever seen a UFO? Oh no.
They can't say
They can't say yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I think December the 5th, it was a 1945. Basically, somebody was through the Atlantic by the Bermuda Triangle, like right outside. It's like right in the middle of where they don't have radar and shit to cover. It's a weird area right there, and it just disappeared. Like shit just be disappearing, bro.
Then you seen that video
Yeah.
about Malaysia, the flight in Malaysia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Created the portal.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind. That was dope.
Swallow that thing up.
How you gonna fight against that?
Hey, I found with
Reagan.
a speech from Reagan.
Yeah, you got it.
I want to read some of this. It says, this is what he said. It says, I have spoken today of a vision and the obstacles to its realization.
Vision.
More than a century ago, a young Frenchman, Alexis de Tocqueville, visited America. After that visit, he predicted that the two great powers of the future world would be, on one hand, the United States, which would be built, as he said, by the plowshare, and on the other, Russia, which would go forward again, as he said, by the sword. Yet, need it so be? Cannot swords be turned to plowshares?
Daniel quoted you.
Yeah, right.
You know he was.
Yep.
Joel, man.
Can we and all nations not live in peace? and that's not happening.
Yeah.
And y'all know what's happening in Syria right now, right? Y'all paying attention? It's something pivotal going on right now. You got the Assad regime. They just got toppled. They got destabilized by a proxy, which we believe is American proxy. You know, the CIA had to, American forces have to be involved in that. But they got the dude Assad getting up out of there and retreating to Russia.
Yeah, small ass trying to enlarge the land.
That's basically what it is. You know.
That's probably gonna be the cheap 15-minute scene. I want to make a quick quote I like to use when it was about the Jason Bourne movies. It's for y'all that know those movies. The first one, the guy said, hey, something about killing Juan Bozy. Like, I don't send you to kill Juan Bozy. I send you because you don't exist. Talking about Jason Bourne. Because he could have said, I could send Nikki, the damn secretary, I could send her to kill Juan Bozy. That ain't the hard part. It's being able to do it so nobody knows who does it. That's what they be over there doing with the proxies. They send agents, and like when you look at in his safe deposit box in that movie, he had like 12 different identities.
Yeah, 12 different passports.
Yeah. Different identities, names, languages, he knew all that shit. That's what made him invisible.
Sleeper cells.
Sleeper cell that pop up and all of a sudden now he's French, now he's German, now he's Muslim, now he's whatever else. He can just make it happen. Well, that's a real tactic that they use. That's that James Bond shit that they've been mastering and figuring out.
Yep.
You got it, bro.
Yep. He said, can we all not suck it? Can we in all nations not live in peace? In our obsession with antagonism of the moment, we often forget how much unites all the members of humanity. He's pretty much speaking of a one world order. Perhaps we need some outside universal threat to make us recognize this common bond. I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from the outside this world. And yet I ask you, is not an alien force already among us? Showing you that they already knew. Right? What could be more alien to the universal aspirations of our peoples than war and the threat of war?
And they release a lot of those files and government shit, what, you figure 20, 30, 40 years after the fact. And they know the average person is not going to look into these things. But, you know, brothers,
There was no means.
brothers will, but you know, I know I've looked into them. Several other brothers looked into certain incidents where chariots showed up that they had reported. But the average citizen, they're not going to listen to this shit until it happens. They're not going to pay attention to it. Like if they said something about UFOs and they had a video or footage and they released it, people will pay attention. But they're not going to pay attention to something that happened 30, 40 years ago.
This the same.
Yeah.
This is right around that same year Dr. J dumped from the free throw line. They too busy watching that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They ain't worried about aliens and all of that. They hear about war.
What was that, 1985, 84?
Yes,
I think it was like 83,
83.
Yeah.
So the same distractions and bread and circus was going on back then. You people don't have they can choose what they want to show you, but if they don't have control of the narrative, they're not going to show you to. They don't want you to form their own opinion about things.
Yeah.
Let alone build your faith up, you know, through the Bible of it.
So like it was 87.
87.
1987.
So Jordan, my fault, not Dr. J. Jordan done from the free throw line back then.
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say Jordan.
Yeah.
One of them did it.
Yep.
Second. Yeah, so that's what Esau's facing, man. All right, and that's when this rulership gonna come to an end, man. All right. So I said before, basically the flight plan of Yahweh Shai, he's gonna come from the east to the west. So he's gonna destroy all them, soldiers in the Middle East. He's gonna destroy them. All right. And he's gonna destroy a whole lot of people over there in the old world. All right, and he's gonna come and scoop up his elect, man, and destroy the people over here, man, by laser beams. All right, and missiles. But he's gonna save his elect before the missiles drop on America, man. All right, the missile's basically like a cherry on top, basically just to finish it. You know.
Verse 4, it says, and
Let's
whensoever,
start at 1 and just read down quick.
2 Esdras 13 and 1, and it came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed by night, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved all the waves thereof. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him.
Mm-hmm.
And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice.
That's right. That voice represents the lasers. Go ahead.
Like as the earth faileth when it feeleth the fire. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number.
There's those troops in Armageddon, man. Armageddon means mountain of troops. You know, basically Harmageddon. You know, har means mountain or hill. Gadawan means troop.
From the four winds of the heaven to subdue the men that came out of the sea.
There we go. Hey, let's stop fighting each other. Look, we got bigger problems on our hands, man. Let's try to subdue him. And let's try to subdue Yahweh Shai and put him in slavery. You know?
But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew up upon it.
Yeah, so that's what basically Esdras was describing Yahweh Shai in his chariot. It looked like a big ass mountain range, man. A big old shit. What's that scripture said? It's not. I had. It's not. Caught up.
Isaiah
1 Thessalonians 4:17. Grab that, but it's another one. It said. Basically, we're gonna go in the shit.
Isaiah 26.
Caught up
20.
together with him in the cloud. No.
Because
I think it's in the Gospels.
Is it to the indignation be overpassed?
But read that.
Says, but I would have seen the region or place where without the hill was graven, and I could not.
I like to say, because it goes beyond the horizon line. Okay, so because that's how big the chariot is. The other part of it goes beyond the horizon line. So you just can't see it. It's behind the horizon line. Which proves that this is a globe, by the way, and not a flat earth. Because you would be, hypothetically, you'd be able to see that. But if it curves, you ain't going to be able to see it. You understand this?
And after this, I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were so afraid, and yet does fight.
Yeah, Esau gonna be scared shitless, man. But they have to fight. They ain't got no other choice, man. The Lord gonna put a spirit on them to fight, man. You know, because Esau, he's proud already. You know, and he don't want to lose his rulership. All right, so he's gonna have to fight.
Nothing new under the sun. What is that? Esau and his pride and him sitting on that power. What does that remind y'all of? Like, what do you get a flashback to?
Pharaoh.
What other event does it remind you of in the scriptures? The fact that this devil, he's sitting on all his power, he has all his pride. He's gonna be afraid to fight, but he's gonna fight anyway.
Yeah.
What does this remind you of? This is history repeating itself. Think about it.
I said it already.
Huh? No. Think about it. This man is in power. He's in position of power. He thinks he's the most high on earth. He has spiritual power on the left hand side. He got all his military might. He got all this going for himself. But then the Lord's gonna put the fear of the Most High in him. But he's still gonna try to fight. Who does that remind y'all of?
His brother said it too.
Yeah.
What did you say? Pharaoh? I didn't hear you. That's the answer. That's the answer.
That, we was like,
Yeah, I was thinking too. I was the only one that got fucked up too.
Yeah, I didn't hear that, bro. I didn't hear what he said. His heart got he hardened his heart because the Most High wanted to be given risen to even further show more of his power. So you better believe Pharaoh was shook out of it. That nigga was shook.
all them plagues.
All them plagues he was seeing, he was terrified. But that the Lord hardened his heart and was like, nah, I'm still gonna keep him though. I'm not gonna release him. And then that's when he sent the basically his military, the Egyptians on them horses, to come after the children of Israel.
More miraculous power.
And the Lord showed even more of his power even in that. So it's gonna be the same thing reoccurring.
And
And this is modern Egypt.
And this man is modern day Pharaoh. Like
Yeah.
that's why the scriptures say, you know, man's goings are of Yahweh. How can a man then understand his own way?
Exactly.
I'm sure at some point, you know, Pharaoh realized, okay, I can't mess with them. Like I don't have enough. This is not on the same level as what's going on that end.
Yeah.
But he, you know, like you said, the Lord hardened his heart.
Yeah. But when he let the children of Israel go, he was still compelled to fight against to go get the Israelites. He could have said, "Man, all right, let me take this L," but the Most High put the spirit on him to try to get his lick back.
There was times he felt that.
I'm gonna go get him back. No, they ain't gonna. I'm not gonna go out like that.
Yeah.
The Most High brought him into that trap. Took their ass out there to the
Red Sea.
no, what's it called? They still call it, say the Red Sea, but it's actually the
Gulf of Suez.
Gulf of
Suez
Suez.
Gulf, yeah.
And water's closed on their ass, man.
you went there and down there because you saw them do that.
Yeah.
You ain't just gonna ignore the water.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Once we seen that, I should have turned around.
No, let's go back, guys. Nah, but this is all. And look, we use that to prove the validity of the Bible because they still find the Egyptian chariots and whatnot under the water.
They find
Wheels.
Yep.
They found a whole like a wagon down there too.
Yeah. Chariot wheels and stuff.
You were still reading?
Yeah.
Actually, can't bring out the precept. Revelation 11:12.
Revelations 11 and verse 12. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, "Come up hither." And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their
That's
enemies.
the Lord, basically. There's only going to be a signal for his elect, right? It's only his elect. The Lord going to open up our minds to hear that. You know, here's come up hither.
Yep.
You know? Go ahead.
Yeah, kind.
And their enemies beheld them.
Yeah,
And
he
it
was.
was beheld them. You said, you read the cloud, right?
Yeah. Come up hither, and they ascended to the heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them.
Yeah, cloud basically represents the chariot, man. Is that Psalms 104? Say it make his clouds his chariots. All right, so the clouds represents his chariots. All right, so-called UFOs. All right, you go back to
You know?
Yeah.
Back in 2nd Ezra 13, it says, verse 9, and lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came,
So the Lord, he's gonna be in a big ass chariot. It's gonna house the elect, man.
Yeah.
It's gonna be massive.
Yeah.
You got chariots that's bigger than the planet, man. Planet Earth, man. So imagine the size of the chariot when the Lord comes back. He has to deliver 144,000 into 1/3, man.
Yeah,
All right.
you think about it, there's not one ballroom on earth that can contain all the elect.
Yeah.
When like you got stadiums and arenas and all that can hold tens of thousands of people, but we talking about 144,000 and 1/3 of Israel.
Right.
But they're all going to go into a cloud, and it say into the clouds. It said, and they ascended together in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them.
Yeah. Right.
So it's gonna be a worldwide event witnessed by all nations. They're gonna see all the Israelites all over the world, and they looking like everybody too.
It ain't like we're gonna be cramped in there and shit.
Right.
I said, what type shit? No, we're gonna have room, man.
It's gonna be spacious, man.
Yeah.
And Jake like big stuff. Jake drive a Cadillac. Stop. You know what I
We
mean?
need room in that motherfucker, man. Jake lean back and shit, got elbow room,
Yeah,
man.
with
When
the
it-
new bodies.
When have you seen a ceremony where everybody just celebrate like this?
Yeah, man.
I got a real quick Revelation 1 and 7.
Oh, so lock it, and our body's gonna be,
Yeah.
we gonna grow in
Yeah.
stature, man. You know, but swole as fuck, probably 8 feet, 9 feet, 10 feet tall. You know, go ahead.
Revelation 1 and 7. Behold, he cometh with clouds. Talking about Yahweh Shai and the host of angels. And every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him.
Let's go in that pierce. That goes in the reincarnation. Those same Roman soldiers that pierced Yahushua with the spear.
Yep.
Said blood and water came out. Those Roman soldiers gonna be here, seeing the Lord when he comes back, and they gonna get zapped by them laser beams. Man. All right?
Everybody that took part in torture.
Even some of you niggas that was mocking him
Yeah.
when he was on the cross.
Yeah, the same ones that said, "Let His blood be upon us and our children."
Yeah, some of them got forgiven.
Yeah, because repented.
Because they repented, but you had some of the niggas that was like mocking the Lord, like if you the son of the Most High, take yourself off the cross.
Yeah.
You know, them niggas, it's gonna be personal. They gonna feel the laser beams. All right.
That nigga woman that tried to pressure Peter, like, aren't you a follower of the
Oh, yeah.
Yahushua?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that bitch, she gonna get got too.
Fuck her.
She here somewhere.
That's why you guys out there now that say we don't have to worship Yahweh Shai, you gotta be real careful, man.
Yeah.
That was it on mine.
Continuing, it says, verse 10.
Second Ezra 13:10.
But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath,
Yep.
and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests, and they were all mixed together.
Sir.
The blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest,
That's it.
and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight.
That's it. We're talking about them soldiers in the Middle East. Prepared to fight. Get zapped up quick. Turn to powder.
And burned them up.
And that's the best way to take out any superpower or to take out any country that has their own authority and sovereignty. Just wipe out their military. You go to war with them to take them out. And that's exactly what the Lord's coming to do. I'm gonna take out everything that props you heathens up, you know, which mainly is your military. And then you have your little economy that's gonna be totally null and void. You know.
That's the military.
But that's the beginning process of the translation from one kingdom to another. It's through war. When the Persians, when the Babylonians fell, they fell in the midst of war.
Okay.
And the land just got translated over into the Persian authority. You know, and then the same thing happened when the Macedonians rose up. So all of it was transitioning through war. So what do you think the Lord's coming to do?
And can you grab
Judging.
Revelation,
Yeah, kind of.
Revelation 18:21?
There it
What do y'all
is.
brothers do? Revelation 18:21?
That's what it's gonna be, man.
Go ahead, read it.
This is Revelation. This is Revelation 18 and 21. And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone
That's
and,
Yahushua. That's that mighty angel. Go ahead.
and cast it into the sea, saying, "Thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all."
Thus with violence, man. War.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead. You about to say something?
No, I was gonna say because this place was built on violence. It was built on rape, robbery, murder. So the Most High is gonna give Esau what he wants.
That's
you know?
all. That's all this man knows.
Right, that's all he knows.
Cain. Speaking about Cain last night. Cain, he's fucking. He's the first one that fucking made the sword, the blade, the knife to impale you, man. You know.
Kayan.
Kwawan.
Yep.
Yeah, it means dagger,
Dagger.
man. You know. Before then, you know, Jake, you know, they was knuckling it up, catching phase.
Catching
man.
phase, man. Running them phase, man. Squabble up.
Yeah, that's the foundation type fight right there. Catching phase.
Different element.
Yeah, Esau, you know, Esau wants to impale you.
He's probably getting whooped.
Yeah, he was.
You know?
Took his ass whooped.
Getting his ass whooped, bro.
And that also shows his level of hatred too, because in order to stab somebody, that's personal, man. You gotta have a special hatred for that person.
You gotta get close.
Yeah. And you feeling it too. You feeling it yourself.
Yeah, Esau's a fucking coward, man. You think about the history when they said they were the first of the nations.
Oh,
when
yeah.
they attacked Israel
In the wilderness.
in the wilderness,
Yeah.
who did they go after?
The elderly.
The feeble. It says the feeble. So the elderly and the children,
Yep.
right?
That's coward
That's
shit.
coward shit.
Yeah, that's
Weak
what
shit.
Amalek was doing while he was trying to get to the land, man.
Yeah. That's what it is.
Amalek, man. The fucking small hats of today.
Yep.
They still
And
doing
they
it.
doing it to this day.
Yep.
Doing it right now.
Yep.
Yep.
It says, verse 11, and they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight,
Right.
and burned them up every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable yeah, multitude,
Right.
nothing was to be perceived but only dust and smell of smoke.
Oh man. That's what Ezra seen in his vision.
Well, read the next one. What he said. When I saw this, I was afraid.
So nothing was left but smoke. All right, shit. Go ahead.
When I saw this, I was afraid.
That's him watching the vision.
Yeah,
She was last week.
yeah.
And we were talking about maybe thinking the scriptures you saying this man only knows violence.
Yeah.
Maybe thinking Ezekiel 35.
Yeah.
Because thou hast
Yeah. Isaiah 34 is one of them.
This is Ezekiel 35, and I think it's third of
5, 6.
2. Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it,
I'm serious talking about Esau.
and say unto it, thus saith the Lord power, behold, O Mount Seir.
I want to say something right quick. And we always talk about it's a people before it's a place, right? And why is that? Because the people make the place like they want to inhabit. So Edomites, look at all these high rises and shit. They make wherever they live at feel like Mount Seir. They make all them columns that you see at Petra. They build that shit. Look,
They made their kingdom, and how they want to live.
Yeah.
You see these rich Edomites. A lot of rich Edomites live here in Manhattan in high rises. In these big mansions. Way up in it may be a one-story house, but where's that one-story house? Up high in the hills. In the hills. So it's something in their spirit. They're in there to want to be in the hills, be in the caves.
Well,
Yeah.
Esau basically he adopted that from the Horites, the Hamites, man. He adopted that from them, man. Esau is not original, man. He takes the heritage of other nations, man, and adopt it as his own. Then he go around the world saying, "Oh, I came up with this shit.
I invented.
it."
I discovered.
Right.
Yeah, they slaughtered the Horites and took that land. You go into the history in the book of, I think in the book of Deuteronomy and the book of Exodus, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, you have the Imams or the Anakims. They were like a family of giants among Canaan, and they went in and took Mount Seir, from them. And that's how Esau everything that every land that Esau possesses or have colonized, he did it by bloodshed. That's how he got the land. He slaughtered people and made sure it was an unfair fight. He's done that throughout history. All right.
I was going to say, the land of Israel was the land of Canaan.
Yeah.
Before. That's
Yeah.
how we know it's the people before it took place.
Yep.
Yeah, the brothers was mentioned. You can have to say it.
I read something where we were talking about the Hamites, and we tell people that the current Sudanese are the ancient Egyptians.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I read a recent fact that Sudan has the most pyramids in their land in the world.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes sense that those are those people, because of the pyramids and
Further
further.
backing up what we're saying
Right.
about they that's why you can remember people placed by the people, because they have their traits
Right.
in that land and how they live. You got to go.
All right, back to Ezekiel 35 and verse 3, and say unto it, thus saith Yahweh power, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee. I will stretch out mine hand against thee and I will make thee most desolate. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord Yahweh.
Yeah, that's the prophecy against Esau. All right, I believe Shear means hairy,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
So Esau is that hairy one, man. You see when he came out them caves in history. He came out them caves.
Yeah.
He's a caveman. Esau is a very hairy man.
Oh yeah. Google wild man.
Wow.
Go to Google wild man and go into the images and look what you see. And when they were living in there, they were wild. That nature is just a part of them.
Yeah, they didn't have a language.
You read Job 30, and it says they grazed the briars. That they were like damn near animals. The way they lived and conducted themselves, how they ate, and they got the world. They really fooled the world to make you think that they're the civilized, and they civilized everyone, and
They're very intelligent.
Right.
And shit,
through
They like to quote their philosophers,
yeah,
Greek philosophers and stuff like that.
yeah,
A lot of them was
Like the world started with Western civilization. No, it didn't. And you're right. A lot of those philosophers were Jake.
Socrates.
Socrates was a Jake. I think what was it? Aristotle might have
Homer.
Plato.
Homer, yeah.
They was all Jakes, man. And Jake was philosophizing heavy back then.
That don't make them righteous. That's
No,
not
they was
Right?
wicked.
No, they was wicked. They was bugged out, but
Probably they was coming up with some shit.
Yeah.
Same thing today. Like Jake is into all this other BS. Of course, Kemet and Egyptology and all that shit. Verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel.
So, like, can somebody look up perpetual in that scripture? Y'all brothers on the outside can do it.
And that's good that you do that, because we always want to, like, you hear certain words in their context, go see what that word means.
Yeah.
It brings more life.
Go ahead.
I got it. It's the word, it says in the blue letter, the word perpetual. It says long duration, agony, aquility,
Say it again.
let's say long durations and antiquity and antiquity and I'm gonna say fertility forever and ever, everlasting, evermore, perpetual, old, ancient world, ancient time, long time, past.
We always had a beef with this guy, man. Because even going back to the garden, he was the serpent. He was the sons of the wicked. So that same wicked ass spirit in Esau with the same wicked ass spirit in the serpent, man. The sons of the wicked.
What's that word? So like, what's that word in the Hebrew?
It's so Allah. So it's hold on,
Is it Ad?
Ayalam. It's ayalam in the
Okay.
Hebrew.
I thought it was
Because that's in our in the prayer, the Lord's prayer.
Yeah.
You know, I will lum yum.
I will love you.
Yeah, that means basically forever,
Yep.
or you know, continual period of time.
or undying.
Time. Forever, yeah.
I was reading Amos 1:11. It said his anger did tear perpetually.
Perpetually.
So, you know, I was seeing it was the same word, but the same meaning. You know, his anger, his wrath, his hatred is undying. You know, this devil you can kill this devil, and new devils can pop up. They're still gonna hate you.
Yeah,
You
like
know?
right now, this is probably the most, this is sad to say, but this is probably, if not the 80s, but this is the most peaceful time Edomites has been with Jake. And they still hate you. Under their breath, behind your back, they fucking hate you. And it's gonna be so easy. Y'all got a glimpse with this Kamala Harris, Donald Trump shit. You got a little glimpse. And this man's potentially could just turn on you, but he's gonna fully turn on you.
Well, it's starting to flare back up with you know, law enforcement.
Yep.
Got the Edomites in law enforcement. That's just, they see a nigga and they just like, yeah, Trump is about to get in there. Yeah, let's do what we do.
Free and clear.
Yeah.
You had one dude who was deaf and they just beat his ass just cause.
Yeah. And
This guy, he was deaf.
the thing about it now is they thought that giving these police body cameras was gonna do anything. You know, like, oh, okay, well, we can see what he did, and like that ain't gonna do shit. These devils are still gonna have that perpetual hatred. They still gonna come down on you Israelites. It's built in them. It's like the Most High programmed them to hate you niggas, man. To hate you Israelites.
Yeah, because the state of America is going to a draconian type atmosphere, man. Basically, you know, these centurions, these police officers, they're gonna give the permit to them to basically gun down anything they just don't like. You know, if you seem like you breaking the law, they can gun you down and fucking take you to jail, man. All right, it's going into a martial law state. It's gradualism. That's how the Lord does it. You
Y'all
know?
remember?
Go ahead.
Y'all remember the movie Demolition Man? Yeah. Well, did you know there was a part 2? Anybody know there was a part 2? It's called Judge Dredd.
Oh, yeah, Judge Dredd.
They don't say that, but when you watch the movies, it went from that old peaceful state, and then he became Judge Dredd, where he was the judge, jury, and execution.
Right.
And it was even more futuristic than that in the Demolition Man.
And
So that's what
was
was
AI too.
saying.
That was
That's what
AI.
I'm saying. Like, certain movies is almost continuations, and I always thought that those went together. When you watch them, they fit right together.
I gotta finish that. This is verse 5 again. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end.
Shed the blood, man. That's not an understatement, man. It ain't like fucking. This is over thousands of years, man. We had it with this guy, man. Shed the blood, man. Even over here in America, it's documented over 99 million so-called Native Americans, the Gadites, their blood was shed over here. You know, how much was the Southern Kingdom when they was coming over here in the ships, man? You know, millions upon millions. And I don't think that's the right number. It's way surpassed that too.
Millions? Shit, they probably slaughtered over 100 million Gadites.
Yeah.
Because Gad was spread from, they had, they had here's the sign right here. No, get that one. Yeah, that's the sign. You got the Gadite sign. It shows you, hell, it was all over. They were all over, all the way damn near to all the way deep into Canada,
That's
all
not-
the way down here to modern day Belize, Honduras. So that was all Gad.
That's not saying that there was nobody there, because no,
Right.
they were spread.
Right.
No one intervened.
That was their territory. So you figure from all of this was all slaughtered. And Gad was over here. What? Shit. When was that time they came over here in second Ezra 13?
From archery.
It was like 720 something BC.
So they had, Jake multiplied. So Jake was having babies. They was setting up, cities and.
That's why they got a bunch of tribes.
Right. Yeah.
That's only here in America.
They had so many different tribes and
know?
families, man.
Not counting South.
And they
Central America.
became so enlarged over here that with so many different tribes, you had tribes that started beefing with each other.
Yeah.
They started becoming tribal and set claiming against each other, just like Jake today.
Two neighborhoods over.
Yeah.
They let somebody pass because we got the same.
We caught you
problem.
drinking in our creek over here, in our river. We ain't seen you before. Where you coming from?
But it showed you Jake couldn't accept the curses because they said they came over here to keep the laws that they never were able to keep in their own land. And what is Jake doing? Going at it with their fellow Israelite brothers. Yeah. Oh shit.
Yeah, but this is part of the shame of Esau though,
Yeah.
because he came and he just ran right through them, and like they was just, not a human.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I said Christopher Columbus, he said he couldn't put his sword down
Bro,
for an hour.
for an hour, bro.
Yeah.
That same energy is back in Esau even to this day.
Wasn't it an
that was
account?
just
I don't know if it's Christopher Columbus. It was one of them conquistadors. Basically, it was a fine ass Israelite woman, Northern Kingdom, and he basically cut off her breast or some shit like that. I don't know exactly, but yeah, that was basically what I heard. Like Esau, he ain't, he raped our women, but he can just fucking. It's like sometimes he didn't want to rape, he just wanted to kill.
That's
Kill.
where his lust was at. Blood shit.
It said, since thou hast not been satisfied with blood, even blood shall pursue thee.
Yeah, man. He just kill a fine ass woman. He don't care. He ain't gotta fuck her.
Right.
I just want to kill you.
And that movie, American Psycho, kind of taps into that mentality.
Yeah, at least he was hitting it though. He was hitting it. He didn't kill the bitch. Shit, Esau,
That was the
man.
mentality, man.
Yeah,
Reverse. It's all the way.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
So that's what type of mind Esau has, man. And that mind of that mind of that murderous spirit that Esau is coming back gradually. We just need basically a spark. And Nero, it might be that spark that's coming back, man.
All right, verse 6. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passeth out, and him that returneth.
Yep. So the Lord, when our Lord Yahushua comes back, delivers, he gonna set his men on the planet Earth, and that's when we're gonna gather these nations. Esau on top. Esau is gonna be the first priority. And put him in chains, man. All right, and it's still gonna be our people on the planet Earth, like in them non-nuclear countries. That's living like heathens and shit. They gotta face the music too, man. All right. You said Ezekiel, the rebels, purge out the rebels.
Okay.
That's our people that's stuck in the in the heathenistic mindset, man. You're gonna have two choices: either get down with the program, serve Yahushua, or get put to death, man. All right. You say you got some history?
Yeah.
And that's the good news, man. That's the gospel, man, for you Christians, man. That's the good news for the elect, man. For the elect of Israel. Putting the so-called white man in chains, man. That's good news.
I'll read this real
Go
quick.
ahead.
This is in this book, Black Indians, by William Lauren Katz.
Can you get Revelation 13?
It says, "For the people of Americans," talking about Jake, "the arrival of Columbus was hardly a blessing. On the first day, October 12th, 1942, the explorer wrote in his diary, 'I took some of the natives by force.' He later found the original inhabitants to be traceable, peaceable, and concluded there is not."
The inhabitants are peaceful.
Yeah.
Jerusalem, man. You know, we're a peaceful people. Go ahead.
"There is not in the world a better nation." You know, and he's saying this kind of, you know.
That's why they wanted to conquer.
Mhm.
If y'all remember in that movie, I think it was like a quote, but that movie in Planet of the Apes, he says, "This is what we got to worry about. We'll take this place over in 3 months." Whatever it was. It was like a real quote. Like that's really, I think he made this quote. I think Columbus made that quote first. One of the ancient conquistadors did. So if they could take Jake over basically in a heartbeat, this is all it's going to be about.
What's the name of that book again?
Black Indians.
Black Indians.
It's a good book.
His response as a European was to say that Indians, talking about Jake, must be made to work and adopt our ways. The Christopher Columbus, whose unique seamanship and courage had opened the Americas.
And you know what? And that explains why he had all those boarding schools,
Yep.
The spirit.
where he would just, you know, after he would conquer them, he would reinstitutionalize them. You know.
That was
Not-
the workforce, labor force
Yeah,
right there.
they showed you that in that movie about Wounded Knee.
Yeah,
It was a film on it, and you know they was basically, you know, if they went against the grain, they got their asses tortured, man. But they had to learn basically Esau's way. That's why they got to get brainwashed with that damn plantation Christianity. They didn't believe in that bullshit at first. But here we are today.
Yeah,
You know?
because the Gadites, the Northern Kingdom, they knew who Yahweh Shah was.
Yep.
You know, they knew he didn't look like no fucking so-called white man.
Yep.
All right.
That's what you were saying. He was looking for right. They didn't accept because I think he was looking for a part in that book which said the settlers that came over first, almost like the spies or whatever, to see what they could do. God was giving them hell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was fucking them up.
And that was the right thing to do.
Yeah.
And they came back with artillery and armor.
Yep. You got more on that? I got something on another book.
Okay. You read yours. This is a little bit more.
Yeah, this one is from the book called The Other Slavery by Andres Resendez. And it says, it's a quote that says, "I preferred a country where I should be absolute master." And that was said by in 1893 by Captain John Sutter. It says he arrived in California and began acquiring Native American slaves from several nations to work the land he purchased. He eventually owned several hundred Gadite, well, it says Indian slaves. It says whom he treated notoriously bad, even by the standards of other fellow slave owners.
Huh.
And then it goes down. It says where is it? It's like it. Here it says, because you spoke about the schools, right? It says American school children are taught that smallpox was the epidemic that gutted Native American populations after exposure to Europeans. It says Resendez suggests nothing less than that the epidemic was actually the Edomites themselves. It says the Europeans themselves. But he's saying they're blaming it on he's blaming the source on E, not just the epidemic of, you know, smallpox and all of that, right? But that's the point.
Yeah, a little bit more. Okay, it says Christopher Columbus, whose unique seamanship and courage had opened the Americas to Europe, penetration also began the transatlantic slave trade. He started by shipping 10 chain Arawak men and women to Seville, Spain. In 1498, he wrote enthusiastically to King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella about the business possibilities. From here
So
in the
all other people that nobody's looking after, that they just govern themselves. They're peaceful. We can just take them over.
so hey, well,
Throw them on a boat. Nobody's checking for them.
and that cuts those black only Israelites. It cuts those Christians that say, well, the Native Americans or the Northern Kingdom, they didn't go on slave ships. Bullshit. It's telling you right now that they were shipped to Seville, Spain. You know, as well, and some of them were shipped to Great Britain, parts of France. What do you think they were doing over there? Looking for a better life? They was over there fucking being a slave.
Yep.
You know?
I got there's a point to back that up from this book. It says Columbus wrote that he would have sent many Indians to Castile, and they would have been sold, and they would have become instructed in our holy faith and our customs, which is what? Same thing, modern day Christianity, right? Boarding schools. It says, and then they would have returned to their lands to teach the others. Yet, according to the admiral, they stayed in the Caribbean because the Indians of Hispaniola were and are the greatest wealth of the island, because they are the ones who dig and harvest and collect the bread and other supplies and gather the gold from the mines and do all the work of men and beasts alike. So going back to the Ecomendiendas, which were basically the plantations which the Northern Kingdom were on, man. Hey, because the reason they said the other slavery, because the Northern Kingdom slavery wasn't as documented and it wasn't legal like the Southern Kingdom slavery, but it still happened nonetheless. You know?
And another thing, if y'all remember going back to that Netflix film Leave the World Behind, there was a scene where there was a map that shows up, and it had like QR codes on them. And when you actually when you read those QR codes, it actually brought you to like a historical fact of what happened in that region. And some of them that was coming up was burial grounds for Gadites.
One of them was the Devil's Punch Bowl or something like that.
And Natchez.
Natchez, Mississippi. But that one, like, I think the one that you're referring to was like, wasn't there like a amusement park there? It was like a abandoned.
Right. Even in Canada, they found mass burial grounds, and, schools and stuff like that.
Yep.
A whole bunch of children.
So this man has tried to bury the history, but the Lord is going to make sure that history comes back up, that we remember, you know, and that the world sees him for what he is, which is a murderer.
You gotta know who your enemy is, man.
Yeah.
You know? You don't know who your enemy is, he's gonna get over you all the time, man. Can one of y'all brothers grab Sirach 33 and 30?
It's exactly what you were saying. It's important. It's not just a great mystery who the Israelites are. That's one of the biblical issues. You know, that who are those Israelites? Because the people don't seem like they're them. So who else could be them people? Well, the Christians are those people, believers. Okay, sounds good. But more importantly, who are the Edomites?
Right.
That's the other major mystery in the Bible. Once you figure out them two key figures, who those are, who fit those people, man, the book unlocks.
Hey, real quick, if I can grab this real quick before that brother bring his pre. This is Isaiah 26 and 21. It says, "For behold, the Lord cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity. The earth also shall disclose her blood, and shall no more cover her slain."
Where the Lord's place was, man, the spiritual realm. He's gonna jump from the spiritual realm to this realm. All right, the terrestrial realm. All right, and he's gonna bring all that hell that Esau put on us, and he's gonna put it on Esau, man.
Yeah, that word disclose in the Hebrew is from the word gala, which means to uncover. It says to remove, to uncover oneself, to discover or show oneself, to reveal. So all this blood is being revealed. And what does the law say according to when it talks about blood being shed in the land? What does the law say about that?
I think it's in the book of Numbers, right?
The book of Numbers.
Shall not be clean by the blood from that shit.
Yep.
What goes around comes around, man. That's how the Lord said it.
He brother called for one,
And
but I was like,
what does he say? Eye for an eye, right? They're not using that. He said, yeah, but it don't, eye for what did it say? Two wrongs don't make it right. No, but it makes you even. So it do make it right.
And just imagine when the first recording of a murder in the scriptures was when Abel was killed by Cain. What exactly happened right after that? It said his blood cried up to him.
Precept. Yeah, they're kind of,
See that?
yeah.
So how much blood has cried out against Esau over the last few thousand years?
Millions and millions of souls, man.
Kind.
Israelite souls.
Can I bring out this quick brief?
Come.
There's a 2 Edges 15:8. It says, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually.
That's it.
This is verse 9. It says, and therefore saith the Lord Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, I will surely avenge them, and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. That's it.
It even says, shall not the Most High avenge his own elect, which cry day and night unto him? That's talking about those who are still, suffering from the things that this man is doing.
The Lord is especially pissed off about our people putting hands on the prophets. That's something, that pisses the Lord off. Because the Lord, man, he hates when you put his servants to death. And he's coming back to avenge his elect, man. So somebody grab that Sirach 33, bro, sure. 33:30.
I got it right here. Sirach 33:30.
This goes into, because Christians, they be like, well, your own people has your own people in slavery. It's different kinds of slavery. This slavery that Esau had us in, that slavery is just fucking terrorizing. It's demonic. It's Satan. Go ahead.
Sirach 33:30. If thou have a servant, let him be unto thee as thyself.
If thou hast a servant, let him be unto thee as thyself, man. Go ahead.
Because thou hast bought him with a price.
Right.
If thou have a servant, entreat him as a brother, for thou hast need of him.
So, if Israelites have servants as Israelites, you're supposed to treat them like a brother, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
As for thou hast need of him, as of thine own soul. If thou entreat him evil, and he run from thee.
Hey, runaway slave, yeah. If you treat him evil, bad, if you treat him harshly, bad, he's gonna run away from you, man. Yeah. Go ahead.
Which way wilt thou go to seek him?
Hey,
Right, man.
they called it was a derogatory term that they called runaway slaves. I think they called them what's the name? What was they called them? But shit, man. It's an actual term that they actually called Jake that actually tried to escape the plantation. I think they were called maroons, if I'm not mistaken. Let me fact check that.
I heard about that term, maroon.
It's also said in Exodus, whoso stealeth a man, if you found his seed, you find him in the hand, you're put to death.
Yeah. Maroons are descendants of enslaved Africans who escaped and established free societies in the Americas, the Caribbean, and the islands of the Indian Ocean. They created their own governments, cultures, trade, and military to protect themselves from European and American oppressors. So yeah, that's what they were calling a maroon. Okay.
I forgot there was a real, like the music group Maroon 5. There was something about a Maroon 5 before that was Jake's, probably runaway slaves, and that's where they got the name from.
Yeah.
That group.
Right here from Britannica, it says the word maroon, first recorded in English in 1666, is by varying accounts taken from the French word marron, which translates to runaway black slave, or American Spanish Cimarron, which means wild runaway slave. The beast who cannot be tamed or living on mountaintops.
And that was the difference. Gad didn't run the same way Judah ran. Judah ran, bro. That's documented how, you know, how hard they ran.
So, yeah, man. And that goes back to the curse, right?
Yep.
Bywords in Proverbs. You know? So I don't know if that brother was finished with the information, but that's what that brought that to my mind. You know, when you have a slave, you're supposed to treat him as a brother, man. But you abuse him to make him want to run away. How could you blame him for wanting to run away and you treating him inhumane, like he's not a human? But that's how they was treating Jake during chattel slavery. And then they would have people come and try to. They'll use other Jakes to go and snatch him up, try to catch him. You know? They capture him and bring him back and you know, torture him or whatever they did, or they put you to death.
Can I tie it back to where we were a minute ago?
Come on.
For all of his bloodshed, this man has to get paid back.
Yeah.
This man he ain't ever really got his due for this.
They say double.
Yeah, he's supposed to get double off of that.
And ain't no amount of reparations, no apology, none of that shit, no pardon will make it even. Like I always say, they can give us the world. It still wouldn't be enough. And dumb niggas out there think reparation. If someone it's no price amount you can put on the rape, robbery, and murder, the death of your loved ones, the death of your family. If a nigga come kill your whole family, and say, look, I'm gonna give you $50 million.
Yeah, fucking settlement.
Settlement.
That's bullshit.
Bullshit.
Cause now you done lost. Think about this. If you had a family of, say a family of 5, right? You had 1 daughter, 1 son, or 2 sons, you know, or even 2 daughters, a son. Yeah, let's say 2 daughters, a son. Matter of fact, a baby, a teenage daughter, a teenage son, a father and a mother, right? Family of 5. Jakes. You kill off the father and the teenage son, that family is destroyed.
Yeah, posterity going.
Everything's gone. You can't make more of them. That family is over. Imagine what's gonna happen to that little baby boy.
Yeah.
With them 2 young women, or the mom and the sister. He ain't gonna be masculine like he would have been around the brother and the father.
And he's not going to be brought up in the same values and traditions as his father or his older brother would have been instilled in.
Imagine
And that's
how
why
many-
having the father in the home is vital, it's detrimental. Why you think Esau removed the father from the home through what was that shit? Women's suffrage and all that shit and
Welfare.
women, all that shit. Yeah, women's live and all that stuff. That was part of it. And,
social,
yeah.
to get these social benefits, social services, man can't be around.
And the same thing in the family, slavery, where let's separate this family. If the family was sold, they definitely separate the father. You know, the father's gonna go up that way, and the kids and the mother, and they would never really keep the kids together with the mom. So that's really how that's part of us losing our heritage. We didn't have, you were brought up in the traditions of wherever family you went to.
Yeah, I think I'm just thinking as a man. Esau, carried us away in cargo ships.
Yeah.
It said John 14:2 that my father has many mansions, basically other planets. We're gonna be shipping Esau from planet to planet. He's gonna be building it up, man. That's the way I think. Yeah, you got it.
This is Revelation 13, and I'll start at 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
That's the only reparations. That's the only reparations that we can definitely get.
Patiently waiting, man.
And that brings up a good thing. The only reparations we get is from Yah. That's the only reparations.
Yeah, he's gonna give us the reparations.
We have to trim ourselves from being judgmental towards other things and trying to stretch out like we're Yah. like we Yah. No, Yah. We already arms of Yah, but we are not Yah. It's His timing. It's His decision when all this is gonna stop. Because if you guys remember, this is from the curse. All that's going on is from the curse.
Yeah.
It's all residue from the curse. And now that this is wearing off, that's why the name of Yah came back to us. We didn't go get it. No, somebody probably came up to you like, yeah, you ever studied this name? You're like, let me look into it. You look into it, now you're here.
Spirit.
Now you're starting to learn and understand Yah for who He is. He is everything. He is everywhere. You know, and He is in each and every one of us brothers, and every living being.
Hey, his true name is Yahweh. You got it partially right. Yahweh.
When we, I know, but you gotta remember, it's 13 tribes. It's like America. You go down south, somebody's saying they talk different. They talk different than in California.
Just hypothetically.
Tribes, yeah.
I want you to say it like this. I'm not even gonna ask you. Let's say your name is Mike, right? If I call you Miguel, that ain't your name.
Yeah. Oh, I understand that. I fully understand that. But I'm talking about dialect.
To know, I got you, but to know his proper name is associated with a certain person, with you. Miguel is a different guy. Michael, even though they mean the same thing, even though the dialects change, you were named Michael. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So just, you can use that name if you want to, but just so you also know his proper name. That's what the brothers.
Yeah, I heard it.
Like he has multiple titles, you know, everlasting, most high. When you go back to that proper name, is Yahweh, meaning He is, He exists.
And the important thing about his name is his son's name is in it also.
Yeah,
So
Mashiach.
right,
Mashiach.
right. But that's part of the title. But what was the first name?
Yah.
No. His son's name.
Yahusha. Y'all say Yahweh.
Right, or Yahweh Shah.
Yahweh.
Yahweh and Yahweh Shah.
Well, how do you know these letters?
The ancient text, the ancient Phoenician. Right. With the phonics. That's right.
You get that word Yeshua because that's Yiddish. That's not pure Hebrew. There's no O-U sounds in Hebrew.
I say Yahusha. Yahusha HaMashiach.
That's what you sound.
You and the O and all of those phonics wasn't created. So we go back to the ancient. But we
it's all
we just trying to, throw a seed out there. If it water, what you would do if you don't. You got it. Y'all got it.
Well, it's nice to meet you, brothers. My name is Tommy, man. Nice to meet y'all, brothers. Good to see
You
y'all
here in
here.
Vegas?
Huh?
You live here in Vegas?
Yeah.
Okay.
I stay around the corner from here. I just see y'all right here.
We're here on
Y'all
Sunday.
stay up, man. Stay strong. I like the fringes and all that, man. Y'all got a card or something?
Nah, we just be here.
We meet every week, Lord will, every Sunday over here. Every Sunday, yeah.
Okay.
We're right here.
All right. Y'all enjoy, bro.
Yep.
Shalom.
If you want to reread that, you can.
Shalom.
Shalom.
I mean, you got a lot of Jake that know they're Israelites, but like it said, Ezekiel 37, man, they got the skin and the sinews, but not the breath.
And you seen every brother face as soon as he said,
He
yeah.
said the 13th tribe.
I was like, fuck, Jay.
We weren't ready. We didn't want to go down there, bro.
I was like, man, let's go out.
I was like, I'm not doing that. I thought about it though. I was like,
I had read,
You had a few questions.
the moment he said Yah, it's like a big gigantic red exclamation mark just went up in my brain, man. Anytime I hear that word Yah,
Bro.
you know.
Or the,
Usually Yah Israelites, they want to save everybody.
or
You
the,
know,
or the
they don't believe
Israelites.
in. They usually don't believe in Yahweh Shai. Some of them do, but they have a more warped understanding of the gospel.
See what they say? He said it can't be judgmental.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say that. And this the problem with us. Not a problem, it's a good thing. Because we come with that same authority in the spirit of Yahweh Shai. We come as an authority. This is what it says. You're wrong. This is what it is.
This nigga was standing here when we was going all through the fucking history of slavery.
Yeah. And then he went to left field.
He trying to still
let
say
me in.
something.
Yeah, you let me in. Yeah, that's just the way he snuck in. I was like, come on.
He was looking for a opening.
That's not a ruler class mentality.
I can appreciate real quick.
Yep.
This is Micah 3:8. But truly I am full of power by the Spirit of the Lord, and of judgment and of might, to declare unto Jacob his transgressions, and to Israel his sin.
Yeah. That's when you break it down. What I do.
You said that we have power to be able to judge our nation.
Because it's a different spirit. It's a different spirit that we have, like the Haushai had. And a lot of people, particularly Jake, don't like that shit, man. They don't like to be told. Think about it. If you've been studying for the past 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, whatever years, even though it's wrong, you've been studying, you want to come up and show what you know. And the moment you start speaking, they're like, no, you're wrong.
Hey, bro,
Like, hold on,
when you corrected
I've
him,
been studying for 10 years.
I look at facial expression.
Mhm.
When you corrected him, his face tightened up.
Yeah, exactly.
You start being like, I don't like what you're saying right now.
Exactly. I can feel it.
Yeah.
I wasn't even really looking at it.
And that's what you know the elders and the apostles mean when they say, you know, when you come in the name of Yah and only Yah. First of all, it's a difference because, like brothers mentioned, you know, it's a difference between Yahweh, Yahuwah, Yeshua, and whatever other Yah. But you know, that whole spirit that comes with that, they seer, you know, they don't like to be told otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of pride that gets built up. It said knowledge puffed up. A lot of Jake gets puffed up because they didn't study a little something, and then now they think they know it. You know, we're not here to hear what you think you know. We're here to tell you what you need to know.
Oh, that's what the mark of the beast was, man.
You see how invited, you know, half-assed invited it is. We here. Well, it's the 6 neutrons and 7. You know.
Neutrons, electrons,
That's what that spirit goes to, bro. Go right into that.
protons.
Yeah, kind of.
Neurons, protons, and electrons, whatever.
Somebody grabbed that Ezekiel 37 and mentioned it earlier. For sure. Yeah, because, you know, the word is getting out. You know, the word is getting out. But hey, Yahushua, he's very selective. You know, on who he gives the breath to. You know, because the elect, the first fruits were created before the foundations of the earth. Before the earth was created, the first fruits, all right, were given to Yahushua. You know, and that's the elect. That's the elect. You know, so that's who the Lord given his breath to. All right, and the rest that's without the breath, they're not gonna get it. You know? Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to say something, land back off of that as well. Hey, because it's imperative, you know, especially in the times that we're in, for us to use real, you know, well discernment, man. Because some situation like that, you know, could have easily, you know, caught fire. And even in your daily lives, man, you have people, hey, that's approaching the Lord, hey, and you have no clue what their motive is, you know. Hey, so be wise in you know, in your tongue, stay salty, basically.
Yeah.
You know,
Don't.
No,
you gotta go. Good.
He came filming, like, and I was like, all right, bro, a lot of flags going on.
He was filming?
Yeah,
He like taking a picture.
But when he was like this, and I figured he took it, then he was like he was like, all right, he taking it to side.
Yes.
I'm not going.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. That's how you. There's a certain etiquette that you're supposed to come up with.
and on top of that, when you have certain Jake that say they know something, like the outward appearance does help in terms of judgment, because there's certain things that we know we should not be doing. Jake was all bald faded up, man. So you automatically know right there, okay, he say he know the truth, that's off.
Shit, he was saying Yah with his hat on.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm saying 13 trials, so he don't believe in this.
Yeah.
And to add
there's
to
a lot of
it,
red flags, but that just shows you that we know that Jake out there know about the truth. They know something. Like you said, they may have studied, but them knowing is not enough. They go, I'm an Israelite. I'm from Judah. I'm from Levi, whatever. Okay, you got the name of the Heavenly Father. You got the name of His Son. You got, you know, the prophecy and the mark of the beast. You have faith. Have you been practicing faith? No.
In the dialects, like you tried to bring up the dialect, well, the different dialects, like, you know, different lingo. No, bro, no. And I hit him with that good analogy. He was like, oh shit. Yeah, because if you off on that, it ain't gonna lead you to the. If I tell you go left or veer right somewhere where you're supposed to stay straight, you're gonna end up somewhere else. You're off the path.
Right.
And that's the type of jakes that we may have to deal with that's gonna want to believe, and then it's gonna come down to a discussion. We're gonna be having a discussion. And they're gonna be everything gonna be on point, but then all of a sudden, so we can't. It's 13 tribes. Something weird like that gonna come up. You're gonna be like, oh.
He probably heard about the 13th tribe by Arthur Koestler and think that it's literally 13 tribes.
Probably try to add Dan in there.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
That means if, well, he was saying in that title, if there was a 13th tribe, it would have to be 13 tribes for Esau to be able to be in that, to be a part of the promises.
Hey, somebody like that, they got a cap on their wisdom. Like they take in a certain amount of information and they run with it and think that that's all they need to learn.
You read that already?
I wanted to add to what that brother was saying about, just because somebody come up and say shalom or shalom, or even if they do say Yahweh Shem Shalom, that don't mean get off guard and just accept them in. Still, use discernment and keep an eye on it, man.
Yeah. 1 John 4:1, it says, try the spirit to see whether or not it's of the Most High.
I don't want to break up with you in the middle of talking about. Hey, bro, what place you get, bro? I don't want to get into that wrong with it. Like, get the fuck out of here. That can push that in.
Jake was waiting for his turn to say. Jake wanted to say something.
Yep.
He wanted to.
Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta listen to what people say. You just be silent and you just let them talk. That's how you know the conceit of a man based off of his speech. I knew the moment he opened up his mouth, I was like, yeah.
As soon as he started talking, all he did see was because you said this, I'm gonna say something that has nothing to do with it.
Especially when they start getting long-winded and they just start talking. You don't know what we're up here, what we're about, and you don't know really know anything. Right. So to come up here and have a mouthful when you see that you got some teachers that are already out here teaching, there's a reason why we're out here.
Hey, what caught my attention is when he did start talking, he didn't look at none of y'all brothers. Mm-hmm. He looked straight at the camera. Mm-hmm. Like this brother speaking, deal with him. Or if you got a question, ask a question. No, you started talking straight to the camera.
Mm-hmm. Like you said, sometimes you gotta let people just talk, because you're gonna see what they know and really what they don't know. Because and he showed himself what he knew and what he didn't know. And we know through the scriptures, he was off on them everything he said. The name, the tribe.
He was off on peace. He kept the wrong dialect of peace when he came. We accept that one, but just say it.
If he was to come back humble, what I'm saying, we ain't gonna shun him. But at the same time, you got to know when certain Jakes, this ain't for everybody. You just know, like, through discernment that certain Jakes is just, they're not gonna get it.
He said, I heard that before.
I got something.
Yeah.
Okay, well at that point,
this is Sirach chapter 27.
Follow, man. Never follow.
Sirach 27. Start at verse 4. It says, unless a man hold him, no, this is not 3, it's like 4. As when one, I guess I've got to read 3. Unless a man hold himself diligently in the fear of the Lord Yahweh, his house shall soon be overthrown. And that lets you know, if you're not on your P's and Q's with the proper fear, like coming up here, he's supposed to come up here and really accept the message and be humble about it, not come, I got my thing off, now I'm out. It ain't what it's about, bro. You're gonna get overthrown because there's some maliciousness in your soul. You're not gonna hold the wisdom we shared with you that we was given, right? Anyway, it says verse 4, as when one sifted with the sieve, the refuse remain, so the filth of a man is in his talk. Right? The furnace proveth the potter's vessel, so the trial of man is in his reasoning. Right? It says, the fruit declareth that the tree hath been dressed, so is the utterance Another form of talking, right? Utterance of a conceit in the heart of man, in his mind, right? It says, praise no man before thou hearest him speak, for this is the trial of men. And I mean, it keeps going, but that's pretty much the point.
And he was. You want to know how he really, an individual like that is not willing to learn? It's because they're never quiet. They just talk. He couldn't wait to just start opening up his gums and just start just letting out whatever he thought he knew.
Don't wait on the answer.
Yeah.
You know, like, okay, let me tell you what it is. And then they go into, before you can answer them, they got another question. Or they go into rhetoric about some other shit.
You could have said, so what do you guys believe? We're going to go right into the scripture. So he didn't want to hear the Bible.
He didn't want to hear the breakdown of the name. You know?
I got a quick one. Proverbs 29:11. A fool uttereth all his mind, but a wise man keepeth it in till afterwards.
You're smart enough to know the whole till you find the angle, till where your angle makes sense. He was just waiting for his turn to talk. Not even his turn, just an interest. Oh, there you go. I can say something now. Y'all take a breath.
And that's disrespectful.
Yeah. Because he had nothing to say that did anything.
If we was Esau, he wouldn't have did that. If we was a group of Edomite Christians, he wouldn't have done that.
Like that Jake that came up earlier. The Jake that came up earlier was the woman. He had enough respect to pull the brothers aside and ask whatever his question was. And then he went about his way.
Right.
Yeah, like that Jake, like you said, if he had respect, he would have, raised his hand.
What y'all doing over here? I did that on purpose.
Yeah. He would have raised his hand and said, "Oh, can I ask a question?" Or, okay. It's this, and this. I'm like, hold on, man. We understand you may know something, but at the same time, you got to respect the platform of the Lord. This is the Lord. This is the altar.
We was going into the shit Esau did, going into his judgment, and the brother read Revelation 13, and then he just inserts his whole random shit and just turned the spirit.
I didn't even match up to what we were talking
It didn't even match up with nothing we was going into. That's disrespectful. That's like going into a classroom and disrupting the class and throwing a teacher. You finna come into a class and just start opening up a whole conversation when a teacher is trying to teach the class.
Teaching science, you just come in with math problems and shit.
Yeah.
I got math in here.
Trade for boys in the hood shit.
Yeah.
I ain't from math. I'm pretty sure I'm not. Yeah, so, but it's just, this is how we're, but this is the people we gotta sift through. These are the people that they haven't been converted and healed. You should know that, like, Jake don't have, this is when you take the father out the house. When we really were father out the house, the father would, let my son do some shit like that. I'll bust his lip right here in front of everybody. He'd have been embarrassed. For real,
Yeah.
that's what needs to happen. Those scenarios, even when they this little, that needs to happen so they grow up and understand. You take the father out the house, all that training at the young age don't ever get to happen. This dude, I guarantee you, he ain't had a stable man in his life off the way he came up. And that was part of the plan that these Edomites still got to pay for.
First by the strong man.
Yep.
Get him out the house.
Yep.
Let the woman raise the male child.
I better say something now. I'm never gonna get to say that.
I got you.
So, if I can get this real quick, Sirach 11:8. Answer not before thou hast heard the cause, neither interrupt men in the midst of their talk.
That's exactly what he did.
And we let them slide. Like we didn't,
Yeah.
There's certain hothead brothers out there like, hey, bro.
Yeah.
Like you disrupt, there's certain brothers that would have kind of got on you, like,
I
hey.
was on the edge. I'm not gonna lie. I was on the edge.
But we try to be gentle, like the scriptures say. I always quote that 2 Timothy 2, where it says to learn to strive, learn not to strive, but be gentle unto all men. Because peradventure they might be recovered from the snares of the devil that is taken, roughly paraphrased. But what I always quote in 2 Timothy 2:24 on down. We always usually, because Jake, they came up in the same elements we came up in. They were deceived by the prince of the power of this world, the God of this world. Jake is deceived. All kind of misinformation everywhere.
Another something
You know?
that I was thinking also is walking wisdom to them that are without.
Right.
Basically, that's not just saying beware only. That's also saying, hey, Jake ain't got no home training. Let him get the shit off his chest and just deal with it and understanding that he don't know no better. You know, then and if you win him over in a little bit of the conversation, you'll have that opportunity to show him how to do it the right way. Once he's open, you gotta, a lot of times you gotta get Jake open. So there's a way to do it, but then some niggas just need to get cussed out. Some niggas just need to get cussed out. You have some
37.
37.
All right,
Oh, you got it?
I can read it. Ezekiel 37:1. The hand of the Lord was upon me and carried me out in the spirit of the Lord and set me down in the midst of the valley, which was full of bones. That valley represents America. You know, and the bones basically represents our people, man. Our people are dead from the neck up. You know? Yeah, they don't have the spirit of the Lord, man. They don't know who they are. They're stuck in a Gentile mind state, man. All right? Verse 2. And caused me to pass by them round about, and behold, there were very many in the open valley, and lo, they were very dry. and
Ashy as hell.
And the knowledge of Yahweh Shem Shai, you know, goes in the water.
Yep.
You know, it's the water of the word, man. You know, so our majority of our people, they don't have that water. You know.
Hey, I'm gonna start like a new slang, a new lingo. When Jake come with some bullshit, some just straight just dogma, they whatever they coming with, Jake, you ashy. You looking ashy out here, bro. You don't have the moisture. You don't have the breath.
Hey, brother, your shit's dry.
Your shit is dry, bro.
Water.
You ashy. You teaching hell, you ashy. You teaching that the heathens can make it. You sound ashy. You really ashy, bro. You know.
I like that. That's gonna fuck with you.
I get a precept. One of y'all brothers get Sirach. I think it's the last chapter in Sirach. It said, read down, said, your souls are very thirsty. I think that's 51. The last chapter in Sirach. I forget what actual verse. So it's going toward the end of the chapter, middle to the end of the chapter. It says, dwell in the house of learning, and your souls are very
Please
thirsty.
remember to use that, bro. That's gonna fuck with Jake too. Jake ain't got the oil.
They gonna get corner, bro.
Jake ain't got it
Trying to
hydrated.
fight, man.
Hey,
Hey, brother, you need some moisturizer, bro. You ashy. You need some
Got
moisturizer.
it? Bring it up.
No, I got it. Okay, Ecclesiastes 51 and I guess I'll start at 23. Draw near unto me, ye unlearned, and dwell in the house of learning.
Yeah, this is the house of learning. You know, the scriptures is better than a college education. You know, go ahead.
I think that's what Theodore Roosevelt said. Yeah.
Thorough knowledge of the Bible.
Better than any college. Go ahead.
Verse 24. Wherefore are ye slow, and what say ye to these things? Seeing your souls are very thirsty.
Man.
Dying of thirst.
Dying of thirst. Dying of thirst.
Yeah. You need some water.
Some dry bone, bro. Yeah, need some water, man. Then Yahweh tell the woman in John the 4th chapter, you know, give me some water. You know, the water I got leads to eternal life, man.
So you know, thirsty again, right?
Yeah.
And this is what we're offering them here.
Yeah.
People come up here asking, can I get a bottle of water that's hot? Man, we got rivers of living water up here if you just stick around. you know, we'll water your soul and give you healing. That'll kill the bullshit. Anyway, but yeah, that's what happens up here. Okay, so to make you not ashy, you know, we're trying to give you the water so out of your belly can flow rivers of living water. So now when you move in the earth, you ain't ever ashy and dry. You know exactly how to flow with every situation. Oh, this can't be good, I'm out. Or, oh, that's going to be good if I stick around. Let me go ahead and hop into this because this is going to be something beneficial to my spirit.
So, real quick, Jeremiah 2:13, for my people have committed two evils. They have forsaken me, the fountain of living waters, and hewed them out cisterns, broken cisterns that can hold no water.
Hey, that Jake right there, man. He couldn't hold the water, man.
Yeah. Broken.
Yeah.
It was eating him up to say something. He could just listen and, you know, have a sincere question. That's what, you know, Jake is supposed to do when they come up here, you know.
Yeah, he was only a half nigga. He wasn't even a whole nigga. You know, the whole nigga would have been like, so what y'all in the middle of the brothers actually words coming out of your mouth?
Yeah.
At least he waited till pause. You know, then he threw some bullshit out there. So he's just a half nigga, but nigga no less. You know? the way that our people are supposed to come up understanding what you're walking up to. Oh, y'all Israelites? Okay, I don't want to interrupt anything. And I'm not even saying that it ain't about you bowing to us, it's showing reverence to the Father.
Right. Like I said, this is an altar.
Yeah.
You know?
Quick, you got one? Go ahead.
It's Sirach 21, verse.
Spirits. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Well,
You
I'll
got
start
it?
at 12.
Yeah, go ahead.
Verse, chapter 21 and verse 12 says, "He that is not wise would not be taught,
Yep.
but there is a wisdom which multiplieth bitterness.
Yep.
The knowledge of a wise man shall abound like a flood, and his counsel is like a pure fountain of life. The inner parts of a fool are like a broken vessel, and he will hold no knowledge as long as he liveth."
What was that at? Sirach.
That's what we're talking about.
Wasn't there one, I think it's in Proverbs, where it says, basically, I can't think of how to word it, but basically saying when a wise man will hear something,
And
that not just that, but basically he'll hold on to it. But a fool, he'll pass it by. Basically, it's a one in one ear and out the other type of thing.
That's the spirit, though. I just.
Did you read verse 15?
I'm going to read that.
Yeah, it kind of goes into what you just
be
said.
this.
Yeah.
It might be this.
If a skillful man
This is it. Yeah.
hear a wise word,
This is it.
he will command it and add unto it. But as soon as one of no understanding heareth it, it displeaseth him, and he casteth it
This is
behind
it.
his back.
This is it. Yeah, this is it.
Yeah, I mean that he didn't get it.
Yeah.
He heard it,
That's
but he just like, it didn't register, and he was like, yeah, I'm not.
in one ear and out the other. I heard you, but was you listening?
What?
It's
I
a
got it
difference.
for you. I got it from this. This is James.
If it doesn't sit with Slacky, if it doesn't sit with Jake, then it means that means that it didn't really, it didn't resonate.
Yeah.
You know, because hey, if you got it, that means that the Lord opened up your spirit. If you're having a hard time, that means the Lord didn't open up your spirit. You know.
I got it. I'm right here. It's a lot. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1. And I think it's verse.
Why y'all think the Lord always said, "He that have an ear, let him hear"? Because it's not just saying, you know, well, if you got hearing problems, nah. He's saying if you can really hear what I'm telling you in the spirit, if you can receive the spiritual things that I'm trying to tell you, you know, use your spiritual your third eye, so to speak, the spiritual ear.
Wisdom of Solomon, 1 and 3, and it's 4 and 5, also 1 and 5, but it says, for all of it, it says, the froward thoughts separate, for froward thoughts separate from the Most High. Somebody look up froward. It's right. It says, and his power when it is tried will prove it the unwise. Right? It says, for into a malicious soul wisdom shall not enter. Like, you'll hear it, but it ain't gonna stay.
Forward, willful and disobedient.
Because you should be able to hear about what we were breaking down, but it's just anybody, by the things that we're saying, that there's good information and good wisdom in what we're talking about. A lot of times we get not only in what the scripture's saying, we break it down into modern day application of the understanding of these scriptures. What worse things coming? Well, what you gonna get? You either gonna get drafted or you gonna get drafted into the army of the Lord. Says, nor dwell in the body that is subject to sin, for the Holy Spirit of discipline will flee deceit and remove from thoughts that are without understanding and will not abide with unrighteousness. So a lot of times when wisdom is spoken to people, the bullshit that they got in them ain't gonna let it stick because it's gonna contradict the bullshit. So they gotta get rid of the bullshit to accept the wisdom. But a lot of Jake don't want to do that. A lot of Jake just wants to be like, nah, I got that figured out already. How I'm gonna deal with this. Yeah, I heard about that. I know all about that. I'm with y'all.
I have James 1 and 22 in the MSG. It reads, don't fool yourself into thinking that you are a listener when you are anything but. Letting the word go in one ear and out the other. Act on what you hear. Those who hear and don't act are like those who glance in the mirror, walk away, and 2 minutes later have no idea who they are, what they look like.
Jeremiah, where it says they were hearing word behind them.
Isaiah 30.
Yeah, Isaiah 30. Not counting. They hear word behind them. Saying this is the way you walk in. That's what's supposed to happen. It's supposed to have an effect when you hear these words. You know, but for a lot of Jake, it just bounce right off their skull or in one ear and out the other. They don't ever take hold. It never resonates with them.
Because they don't think that the word is going to profit them. Jake wants instant gratitude. If you gave Jake, this prophecy is telling Jake what's the plans of the Heavenly Father in the future.
Yeah.
If we told Jake we had the winning lotto numbers and some shit, Jake could be all ears. Jake would be like, y'all got, they write them down. They got a notepad and everything.
But you can't play them
right
until the chariot show up. Like, what? Oh, hell no. I ain't sitting around waiting on that.
Yeah, Esau got a lot to do with Jake, not grasping.
Yep.
Truth, because he calcifies your penile gland.
Yep, that's exactly
all the fucking food, this fucking air you're breathing in, the water you drink, all these harmful chemicals. That put a strain on your body, man.
Hell of a man, bro. I'm just a man. I was gonna go to Church's Chicken for the nostalgia of it, just to see what it was, just for the joke of it. Apostle said, y'all eating Church's Chicken up. But that joke's out. That joke's out. I ain't gonna do that now.
Okay.
I was like, we can just eat it just one time, just to see. Like, it's been over 10 years since I had a piece of Church's Chicken. Just to be funny. Knuckles in the ranch and stuff. I'm like, man, I can't do it now. I can't do it. That was confirmation that, wake up, stop playing.
Yep.
That's what they eat that.
Prado.
Real quick, Proverbs 26 and 12 in the AMP, it says, do you see a man who is unteachable and wise in his own eyes and full of conceit? There is more hope for a fool than for him.
Where's the one that said, I always think it's a proverb, but
Because there's a scripture that says a fool when he keepeth his tongue
that's the one.
is found wise.
That's the one. That's the one I was thinking.
Yeah. Because guess what? He knows, like, man, I might embarrass myself if I just start talking. I really don't know. I don't know nothing. So you know what? Let me be the hell quiet and listen, so I can actually learn something.
Yep.
Smarter than the jet.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking as well.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Had reverence. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, that the one that you put it was like when I was trying to think of. Isn't that in Proverbs?
Yeah, I believe so.
You ready?
No. What you usually wrote? Proverbs 20, 21?
Proverbs
That's not enough.
26 and 12.
26.
That's the difference on the ones that he quoted after. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, 17.
Well, yeah, Jake. You know, but it goes back to home training too.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of Jake grow up without fathers, so you know they don't know how to. You know, they never learn etiquette just living under their mothers. That's not something you learn from
That's not
women.
Yeah, that's nothing that they're supposed to teach.
You know, men are supposed to instruct their children behavior.
Yep.
You know, conduct.
Because men have to instruct women on their behavior as well. Grown women.
Exactly.
Still. So how much more your children, trying to get their behavior, their etiquette to be on point.
Hey, every time, most of the time, I'll say, not every time, but most of the time in school, when there was always a child that was always disruptive, even disrupting the teacher, and the teacher would call the parent of that child, it was always the mom that came up there. You never, the father was never mentioned. You know.
And
Now Jake that had fathers, they knew what time it was.
They just told me. My mom told the teacher, "Let's call his dad." And then, they knew that once they called my pops, he would straighten that shit out, whatever.
And no problem.
Yes.
Hey, a lot of times when the school called the mom get to tripping on the school and cussing the teacher out.
Yeah.
And now you see why the child cutting up like that.
Yeah. They ain't gotta have. They don't have no respect.
You told me about you always picking on me because he always disrupting the class. He wouldn't tell you the whole story.
Right.
And I've been on the side of the teacher, and you know how the kids always say, "Oh, they lying on me." They don't. Man, being a teacher, you don't got no time for none of that bullshit. You know what I mean? The kids say, and they ain't worried about this child like that like they
I
think.
just pick on this one
Like,
kid.
These
black
kids should go to school and shut the fuck up. At the end of the day, learn. Participate. Yeah. But like you said, it's a lot of times it's women that coddle these children, and
this is now 2-3 generations of non-education.
Yeah.
And our single parenting non-education in these kids now.
I know my son ain't did that. He wouldn't. Bullshit.
Cause y'all be teaching him bullshit up there.
I mean, but don't get it wrong though. Esau is teaching Jake some bullshit. You know, Jake don't want to sit up and listen to the shit that they did in their history. Jake got to sit and be quiet and listen and learn that shit.
Alexander the Greek was.
The whole curriculum in Esau's system is we know it's all bullshit. Mm-hmm. Being as a parent, especially brothers in the truth, you can tell your kids that, and teach them what's right, the right history. Yep. So that's what you
gotta be present.
Right.
You gotta be present in your kids.
That's the gift that we have in this truth, where we can tell our kids, what you're learning is bullshit. This is the truth. It is, but they have to have a certain level of maturity also.
Like manners, like manners, that should be taught at home.
Yeah.
Like knowing when to speak, when to listen, when to raise your hand and ask a question.
Right.
Don't interrupt the grown-ups when they're talking. Mm-hmm. Like those are simple manners that we should all be teaching our kids, and like we know, as how to fucking have a conversation with someone in the world. But some of these jigs, man, they don't even have that. So they grow up to be adults. Demons,
And they don't get that. Like you said, when they grow up to be adults, they don't get that. They're not going to get that correction. That correction is going to come from Esau's judicial system, or Esau coming down with that sword and shooting their ass. We see that a lot.
What happened to that dude that was going around every hood?
Oh yeah, we watched it last night. Yeah.
Going around every hood, disrespecting everybody.
Taunting these gang member niggas.
Yep. Eventually,
They got his ass.
they got him. It's like, bro, what the fuck is wrong with you? You know?
Call yourself the takers.
Yeah.
Then got took.
You know, that's stuff like that, man.
A lot of these, go bad, man. All them fucking that prank shit has gotten and is gonna continue to get people fucked up, man. You walk around with 12 racks in a clear backpack.
Oh yeah, that's shit.
You walk around with a PS5 in hand and shit,
Yeah,
little scrawny dude.
That's like
hey,
what?
man, you know what this such and such address is that shit?
It's like-
yeah, let me, matter of fact, let me show you where it's at. I'll walk you right over, walking right to the alley, take the shit.
Yeah.
Dumb shit.
But see, all this is due to Jake. Jake is uncultured.
Yeah.
We've been in Babylon too damn long.
Yep.
You know, we've been removed from.
Attention is the number one
Yeah.
objective. And that's a woman trait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Power and attention are
It's
the same thing.
Yeah.
Exactly. Jake they're uncultured, man. You know, they really like, because they live such a compartmentalized life.
Yeah.
They ain't never seen the world.
Right. Yeah.
You
There's
know?
niggas in the hood that ain't been out of a 15-mile radius
Yeah.
of fucking LA or Compton or, Dallas or Chicago. Niggas, it's
It
something.
has an effect on your behavior,
Yeah.
your outlook on things of life.
Yeah.
You saw Craig, that was a prime example. Craig on part 2.
Yeah.
You got to the suburbs and shit was all different. He brought the LA mentality to it. You was gonna say something.
Yeah, you got Jake who live here in the hood who ain't never stayed in a hotel
Yeah, in Vegas.
in Vegas.
And ain't never been in a hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll walk through the casino floors and blow tree everywhere,
Yeah.
weed smoke, and then they'll go right back to the hood.
Yeah.
Can't
Yeah, I heard what you said.
you don't know what room service is. No?
Yeah.
Take the towels home. Nigga, you know some busting nuts on these last time?
Right.
Is this
Real simple.
Yeah.
No real understanding in home trade.
Yeah, and this thing of ours, it teaches you how not to be a nigga.
Yeah.
Right.
It
God.
teaches you actual conduct. The people in the world would be able to recognize that you different. Like, nah, he ain't one of them. This dude got some actual etiquette to him. You know what I mean? He's not disrespectful. He doesn't like when I be at my job, and I'll see like one of my a manager speaking to a lead or something like that, and they'll be like speaking, and I gotta come to my manager to ask him something. And when I come into the office, I let them talk. I don't come in and just, hey, such and such, and just just jump right in. I don't do that. I step in and I just hold my peace, let them say what they say, and then they'll notice that he been standing there, and then they'll turn to me like, sorry about that. What was you gonna do? But yeah, I didn't want to interrupt. No, it's okay. That's showing that you have etiquette.
Yeah.
That's how we're supposed to be. We're better people. But like the scripture say in was that Jeremiah 2, I have made you to be a noble vine. But how thou come to me
A
a
degenerate plant.
degenerate plant of a strange vine unto me. Jake is a nation of degenerates now, man. Niggas are a public embarrassment everywhere they go.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Everybody know it too. That's
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like you had that the N-Dub that went to what was it? Not Dubai. It was somewhere over there. And she was all loud and shit.
And got her ass
Yeah,
fucking arrested.
got her locked up.
He tried to bring that
Yeah,
American, that hood ratchet hood spirit
Yep.
out there, and she got checked.
I think it's a law when you keep yelling, a man or something like
Yeah.
that, you get locked up.
They take that shit serious
She ended
over
up
there,
going to
man.
jail for like 3 days.
She lucky that's all that happened to her.
Exactly.
They should have beat her ass. I got a pretty real quick to back you up. Proverbs 22:6. Train up a child in the way that he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it.
That's a prime example of what we're supposed to be teaching. It said, teach them thy sons and thy sons' sons. And when he is old,
He will not depart from it.
Yeah, he will not depart from it.
Yep.
Did I just mix those two?
Yep.
Listen here, I got 2 Timothy 3:16. All scripture is given by inspiration of Yahweh and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness.
Start up, brother.
Alright.
14 and 15. Says something about make thee wise into salvation. It says something about a child in here as well. Basically, you see
Verse 15.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the basis of that training.
Yep.
It says, and that from a child, verse 15,
Yep.
and that from a child thou hast known the holy scriptures, which are able to make thee wise unto salvation through faith, which is in Hamashiach Yahushua.
Yeah. So there's certain men, or even our children, for us that have children that kind of grow up in this thing that been around a little while, so they're growing up with this etiquette. They didn't have to be reconverted over from being little niggas in the hood to now grow up to be, young men of young sons of Israel, so to speak. You know, they're growing up with the etiquette. They understanding that this is how it is. When I told my mom, like I told you, I was talking to my sister recently, and you can see the difference. You can see the difference from my kids and then anybody else's kids. You know, my sisters, my nieces, and just whoever else. You're not the same type of people. Mine know not to interrupt like you were talking about. Mine know not to be raising their voice toward any adults. Or to speak all crazy. They'll have fun in the moment, but they observe the moment to be in there. You said more?
What you reading, bro? Oh, Timothy, that's right.
Second Timothy.
Yeah. We both got one.
And that's in every aspect, whether it be an elder teaching young men, whether it be men teaching other young men, or whether it be a woman teaching girls or other children.
It made me think of the scripture real quick. You saying that, and it was how does it go? So you basically be how to serve wise men. You don't know what I'm talking about? How to serve great men or something like that.
Oh, in the presence of that
It's in
one.
the pocket.
Be is one that have that one.
Nah, it basically saying when you learn how to serve great men.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Go ahead with what you got. You'll pull it that's not funny.
Back in 2 Timothy 3 to 16 again. All scripture is given by inspiration of Yahweh and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness.
Surah 8.
So great.
Yep. Let me read this last verse. It says that the man of Yahweh may be perfect, thoroughly furnished unto all good works.
Thoroughly furnished to all, just the way you conduct your life. We talk about the anastrophe conversation from Peter, 2 Peter. That this is where you find that conduct at, and it has to pass through the fathers to get it. The fathers, then the women learn how to do it, and then the children learn how to do it. Right?
It teaches the men to be honorable and the women to be respectful.
And the most, and this is why the ancient,
Go ahead.
I did real quick. This is why in the ancient world, when you chose a wife or you chose a husband, you went to another noble family. You didn't just choose any little 2/3 family. You went to go to mingle with a good family. They probably got their shit together. They got a little money because they do what they supposed to. They fear the Lord. You look for those traits to mix your family with.
You do that family by usually their name. The family, that father had a good name. Reputation, yes.
You gonna say brother?
It slipped me. It's all good.
But the women being respectful.
No. Yeah, you mentioned the women.
Yeah.
Titus, the second chapter, gives you the etiquette of how women are supposed to be. These women, they don't subscribe to that though. And them same women, they're raising children. So you know that child is he ain't got no shot. He ain't got a chance in hell.
I remember seeing a video. It was like one of those balloon popping shows, but it was some weird edition where the mom was on there with the little girl. Like she was of age, but she's pretty much seeing what nigga, right? It's a bunch of niggas with watches and cars. She like, okay, what you got? Oh, I got what you drive? Oh, I drive a Benz. What you drive? Oh, I drive this and that. She like, okay, well, you can go. And she like, well, I'm trying to see who's the best fit for my daughter. Who's gonna be able to take care of my daughter? But it's a bunch of niggas with jewelry and cars and all this other shit. And there was another video where this chick is like, well, I want my daughter to experience as many penises as possible so she can know what she likes. This is what she said.
Hey,
I want my
man,
daughter to experience as many as she wants.
this is the type of generation it is, man.
That's a devil's idea.
A woman don't want to find a man that their mind is to you how about shimmy outside. They looking for substance.
Yeah.
And even still, if they get a rich man, they still won't love you.
Right.
They can just get mad one day. I'm not happy anymore. Then they fucking take half your shit.
But they only leave when they realize they can get half their shit up. Piece of that stuff.
Yeah, you Esau take half your shit, man.
You take that off the table, these women may never get married.
Man, hey, if you a man and you got a lot of substance, man, you shouldn't be falling in love with no woman, man. Straight up, not in this society, because they'll take your ass to the cleaners.
What's that New York nigga that we had the issue with? The grimy New York voice.
Not true.
Yeah. One of them guys like that.
Pop Smoke.
He said he did a video, I seen it, bro. It was short. He said the top 5 most simp people in movie history.
Oh, I see it, yeah.
Bro, that shit was hilarious. It was so on point. Number 1 was Ace Rothstein, right?
Oh, yeah.
And from Casino, because he
Oh,
married the bitch,
yeah.
knowing that she didn't want to be with him, still took half of most of his shit, and he still couldn't execute on her because he just loved her. But that just shows you how. And the other people, number 2 was Forrest Gump. He said only really ain't number 1 because he's retarded. And then who else was on the list?
Yeah, Jenny, this bitch, she was getting ran through. She was doing lines, doing coke.
I'm trying to remember, bro. That shit was hilarious.
She was
So true though.
And the bitch had AIDS.
kept that nigga in the friend zone the whole time.
He said friend zoning the whole time. Then finally let him get a piece and stuck him with the child. He
Yeah.
died. The bitch went off and died.
It went off and
Chick,
died.
then gave him names and shit. You know? That's, I mean, when you start looking at these images, he had like some other ones. The shit was funny. It was actually pretty funny. But it's not. It's funny because of the truth of it in it. You can see regular Jake, particularly, walking around thinking like that.
Remember this post?
Had everything.
Remember this post that I shared with y'all? Where it says, a man buys house before marrying woman. Man marries woman. Woman moves into man's house with extramarital child. Woman files divorce. Court grants woman full possession of house. Court tells man to remove personal belongings from house.
Think about that.
Just his clothes. They ain't talking about the furniture and the TV you bought and shit where you watch football on. Nope, that stays.
And the better you treat them, the higher the court makes you got to keep that lifestyle.
Yeah.
So the more you pamper or shower with all these things, they get rewarded. You got to keep that lifestyle. Well, I'm used to a certain lifestyle, so you got to continue to provide that lifestyle.
And these men that these men that get got by these women, they're probably the lowest IQ men out there.
Yeah.
They probably their IQ level is probably 1 digit.
It's like these football and basketball.
Because you got
fans.
way too much evidence, you got way too much cases out there for you to still be caught slipping in these last days. To still be getting caught slipping like that in these last days, you're not all the way there in the head. Nope. You're just not.
What's Jake's name from? He played for Colorado.
Oh yeah, bro. I was just seeing that shit. Travis Hunter.
Travis Hunter?
Bro, he's about to go through it.
He still got a chance to tighten up, but it ain't looking too good for Buddy.
What happened? What did he do?
Cause it was a video. He just won this game, man. He just fucking performed his ass off during the game, and then he go meet up with his girl, and she mad and pouting and shit because he was talking to some cheerleaders. And it's like, okay, if you mad, if you on camera, man, keep it tight. And talk about it behind closed doors. If she's willing to, treat you like that, you being who you are, no, that's not gonna end with.
Embarrass your union on publicly.
So let me ask y'all. Actually, I'm gonna ask y'all. So there's a scripture, a situation. Don't say nothing, brothers. We'll figure it out quick. You already know the one, right? Of how to handle that. It's almost the exact situation.
Oh, I know.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Of how to handle that same scenario. Somebody did it the right way.
Yeah, kind of.
He handled it the right way.
Yeah. Speak up, bro.
Yeah, somebody pull it.
What was he doing?
He was dancing in the Because he got the congregation
The
down there
covenant
dancing.
back.
He got
Yeah.
the
Covenant.
And what ended up happening is his wife ended up getting jealous of that, and he ended up putting her away, not divorcing her, but he just never went into her no more.
Right. And they was already kind of heated at that family, Saul's, because his wife was McCall, which is the daughter of Saul.
Yeah.
So this bitch talking shit.
Yeah.
You know, me and your father got beef. And you still talking shit? All right, man, I'm gonna lock your ass away for talking shit.
It was something in the scripture. It's funny it came up, because I thought about it again the other day, but we don't really talk about this much. Anybody realize that Saul gave her away to another man?
Yeah, he sure
He
did.
gave her away to another man. When he told her, go get them 200 foreskins out, I'm gonna make it back. I'm gonna go on and marry her off to somebody else. And he came back and claimed her, and he had to go get her from another man's house. Like that we don't. But you know, it's nothing to make a big deal about. But just saying, like, that's that type of mentality that ain't right. So imagine how David felt. She probably had another man's spirit on her.
Yeah.
And that's what's going on nowadays. Women have an ex-man's spirit on them, and they'll go tap right back into that energy. And now they got attitudes on them out of nowhere. But when they've been with that one man,
You fighting him, not her, really.
right, that's what it really be. His spirit that's still on you. You know? And so that's why she started talking all that shit. Oh, you just gonna go out and be flirting with all these cheerleaders and shit?
And Juanita, when Lorenz Tate character, he wasn't fighting just Juanita. He was fighting Cuddy and whatever other niggas that was around. You know.
She wasn't doing it like that when you left, was she? God.
Man,
You feel like
No real damn job.
God.
that's cold.
Yeah, like you can't like the scriptures tell you not to be. It teaches us not to be simple-minded individuals. You know, the Lord said to remember to show yourselves men. I will declare it. You know, basically He will. What did He say? I will demand it of you. You know, and to be a man, you gotta that
Mentally strong.
you gotta be you gotta have wits, man.
Yeah, mental fortitude.
Yeah. And you can't be nice. Like a lot of, they say nice guys finish last or whatever. You know, these simps that try to be nice to women, that's why they're the most disrespected. You know what it means to be nice?
There you go.
Somebody go into that word in the etymology and look up the word nice.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you got
You can't be nice to these people out
I think
here.
the word
Man.
is Italian or it's another language that is based in. Yeah,
But
it'll be there.
it's a reason why that saying goes how it goes when you look up this word, man.
Yep. Yep.
Why nice guys finish last.
And part of showing yourself a man too is not being scared to lose shit or people, man.
Yeah.
For real.
And you should be the first one seeing a situation and knowing you should cut it off. Like, you can't like if you got an ex that's been cheating on you and you just going through all kind of shit and she's just bringing hell to your life, and you don't have kids with her, you gotta know when to cut that off.
Yeah.
Then, I know y'all done seen that Wu-Tang series, right?
American Son.
Old Dirty kept getting his ass whooped, right? Kept trying to deal with the chick, trying to figure out how he can, man, you don't even want to be with her no more. Nigga. And the other, I forgot who told him, like, man, she got a whole child with this dude. Like, that's his ex. What you think? It might be the second season. Yeah, like, you got a whole dude with this guy. Like, they got a family, they got kids together. What you think? Y'all got it?
Yeah.
You got the word?
It was ignorant.
What? Ignorant.
Foolish,
Frivolous.
ignorant.
Stupid.
Yeah, it goes back to a Latin word. It basically means to not know, to be ignorant.
That's it. That's ceases.
Yeah. Naive.
Unaware.
In the etymology, it says careless,
Literally not knowing.
clumsy.
And with our people, they're willingly ignorant, man.
Yeah.
So they got to go through a whole lot of hell with these women, just to get the point, Because that's why you got the red pill movement, guys going their own way, men going all overseas, trying to find wives, Men ain't dealing with these Babylonian bitches, man. You got it.
A lot of times, especially these passport pros, I don't even know if they understand what they're doing, but they really just want to have an experience from a real woman. That's all they're really doing. And a lot of them aren't even marrying these women either. They can't even get them out the country and get them green cards and shit. But
Trump
they're
cutting that. He cutting that
cutting that off.
He cutting
Yeah.
that.
Come marry these Americans. Grab by the pussy that we yours. You know, he's gonna force Jake to do certain shit, but Jake wanna go experience how women's supposed to be. Because Jake never knew. Dealing with these women 2, 3, 4 generations down, of being after the women's liberation movement, you're not really getting a real woman. You're getting a female.
Not
and
the
that's
servant.
even, and that's even,
Not the servant.
you know what I mean? That's even, with all this masculine energy, how you sure you really, you know, it's weird now. That's why the only thing for this place is missile fires. The only thing that's gonna burn all this out.
Yep. And that's just due to this devil turning everything upside down.
He tell everybody to be nice. This dude's a fucking asshole in his house and get treated like a king.
Yep. Yeah,
You know?
for real.
He going to y'all seen that movie Office Space? The more austere he came, for y'all, this is kind of a comedy or whatever, but he got hypnotized and he just stopped caring. So when he started going into work and start being an asshole, pretty much austere, straightforward at work, not even mean, but just, well, I just don't do no work. I'll go to the bathroom for an hour just to hang out in there and just not to work. He just started talking shit, you know. The boss was like, oh, really? They like promoted him. You know, but that's what it be like. That's what it be like for them. With us, we can't catch a break nowhere. You know? And that's the same thing when you look at it in your households. The more edgy you are in your house, not mean or lying in the house like the scripture tells us not to be, but the more edgy you become, the more, as the apostle Ricard would say, the more of a mystery you remain to them. Hey, where you be at after camp? I just be doing stuff. I just went over to go see something. What you go see? Nothing really. I just went over, you know, I went down by the stream or something. You know, the more you remain that mystery to them, where they can't put their finger on you. And the reason why you do that is not because they appreciate you, because they don't appreciate you. If they appreciate you, do what you know, just go over to the house. You want to be there. So they treat you like shit. Disappear for an hour or two, bro. Don't say shit. Don't come back, offer no explanation. Watch how shit change.
Yeah.
If they really care about you. If they don't care about you, that's when you got to man up. You might want to cut it off if you can.
And one thing that I noticed though, going back to that account with David and Michael, David had plenty of women.
Yep.
So those other women that were with David, they knew that they could be replaced easily. He's not hurting if he loses not one of them, because he had plenty of women. Michael, in her mind, because she was royalty.
Yeah.
She came from a former king. She was the daughter of another king.
Yeah.
So that pride was already in her. So that's what, you know, emboldened her to become disrespectful to King David. This man out here slaughtering tens of thousands of people, and you getting in his face.
Bro, talking shit.
Yeah.
And notice how. Well, he can read it first.
We know, we already said when the governor coming back, leaping and dancing and all of this, she's gonna call him out.
2 Samuel 6:20. Then David returned to bless his household, and Michal, the daughter of Saul, came out to meet David and said, how glorious was the king of Israel today, who uncovered himself today in the eyes of the handmaids of his servants, as one of the vain fellows shamelessly uncovereth himself.
But one of the things, hold on, I'm the king. You know, how dare you speak to me like this? What was the response? She ran on, and watch how he run on. It's cold, man.
And David said unto Michal, it was before the Lord, which chose me before thy father, and before all his house.
King David was talking shit
Yep.
to her, right?
I was chosen over your father.
Over your
My
daddy.
Lord. The prophet anointed me to be the king of Israel.
I'm dancing for the Lord.
He could have easily went down a rabbit hole on her ass, man.
Yeah.
So there are all kinds of shit. Yeah, that's what I'm talking
Pulled
about.
out that little piece
You
of
know how many
garment.
times I almost got your fucking
I still
pops?
got the piece of garment right
And I
there.
still respected his
Like a
honor.
lucky rabbit foot.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Should be a little more.
To appoint me ruler over the people of the Lord, over Israel. Therefore will I play before Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai.
Yep. Celebrate.
Does it say that those women? You got part of them too? Yeah. 22. Oh, this is cold, bro. Hey, I read this and I'm like, I'm gonna be like that. And I start things come turn around. But I don't gotta be like that. You got it, bro.
Verse 22. And I will yet be more vile than thus, and will be base in my own sight. And of the maidservants which thou hast spoken of them shall I be had in honor.
Ooh,
Yeah.
as my wife, you dishonored me talking shit about these random women I wasn't even worried about. But you know what? I'm gonna do you one better. I'm gonna be the nigga you think I really am. I'm gonna go fuck them bitches, man. Fuck it.
Man, Jake, man.
Just, you know what I mean? Just like, well, that's what you worried about. I'm going to do it. But I'm gonna be had by them in honor.
Hell yeah.
Instead of disrespect.
They gonna respect me like your ass disrespecting me. Hey, yeah, at least they respect me.
Praise when I go
And I bet you when he was taking some of them in the chambers, he probably made sure she can hear that shit. Pound the fuck out of them, and she hearing all that shit, but she can't get nothing.
And what made that so, hey, back then, it's different now because a woman will withhold sex from a man, but back then, when things was in order, because it only works if things is in order, because that woman, she can't go sleep with another man.
Exactly.
She supposed to, she supposed to be with that one man all the days of her life.
Exactly.
A man
She
can
go
go.
off, she gets stoned to death.
Yeah. If one of my wives don't want to give me none, okay, cool. I got so many other wives, and that's dishonorable because that woman, she wasn't able to bear a child. A woman with a child was an honorable thing, man.
I've seen videos for like these girls, they brag on TikTok like, oh, he thinks he's hurting me because he gave me the silent treatment. Meanwhile, I'm on a date, with a new dude. That's the thing today. You think you're gonna put away a girl? Yeah, right.
She already got her rebound in her back pocket.
The inbox, you just choose one out the rebounder, just choosing out the inbox, the DM.
She already didn't have her back up already. You linked.
So nowadays, a female will do something intentionally to make you give her the silent treatment or mad at her so she can go step up.
Yep.
I knew somebody. I wasn't gonna say it, but it's a good application. You see what it is? I knew somebody that he was with a chick, and before she wanted to go out, she picked a fight. And she picked a fight right before she wanted to go out. And people are cold-blooded. This gives the whole scenario on women. She'll pick a fight before she goes out. And then he be trying to text her, to stay in contact with her. She cut her phone off. Right? Can't talk to him. Then she go have her fun. Then she turn it back on. I wasn't doing nothing,
Yeah, I went to my relative's house.
I got tired of hearing you. I was doing the second session. Right?
With my cousins.
But when he wanted to go out, guess what she did? She pick a fight and blow his phone up to ruin his whole mind to where he don't want to go out and have no fun. Now he at the house and she's still blowing him up at the house. He didn't think to cut the fucking phone off and still go. You don't even feel like doing no more. This is the object.
That's a plague of the mind right there,
Man.
bro. Fuck.
But that was me to play. I'm gonna fuck his mind up where he can't go have a good time.
Whosoever shall please the Lord shall escape from him.
Yeah, because her heart is snares and nets. And hands is just bands. And so that when I realized I might be in this, might be kind of like that. When I realized that was the case, it's time to go. The truth came right on time. So this thing is a freer of all those captives that the society has set up. And who enabled all these strongholds to be built around us? He let the women's lib movement run. He let women be. What New York just was this week. New York just approved that it's not illegal for adultery anymore.
It's no longer a crime. Yeah.
It's no longer, and it was already like a class 2. It wasn't even that strong. You get a couple months in jail or something.
Yeah.
You know, with nothing. For that, you got put to death in the ancient world. You know, but they just threw it out. But they can't stop it anyway. The society's fully hell bent on.
It's lawless.
Yeah, it's lawless.
It's lawless, man.
You just made me think of the scripture when you said that because the law is slack and judgment never go forth. Yeah, I did a video on it. I was trying to remember that scripture and couldn't remember.
Yep.
You said it. That's
I
the
didn't
problem.
even
If, you know, adultery and women being promiscuous, if that was, the judgment went out, these women would be in order. Everybody would be in order. These men, these women, because we know the judgment for adultery is death. And it was and the judgment was made public. It wasn't like, okay, someone got put to death and we didn't know about it. Like, no, everybody knew that this woman or this man got put to death because of committing adultery. You know?
1 Timothy 5:20. Them that sin rebuke before all, that others also may fear.
Gotta do that before all.
Hit the one in Proverbs 30 and 20. Because that's the mentality of women today. Because there's no proof.
Proverbs 30 and 20. Such is the way of an adulterous woman. She eateth. And matter of fact, can I get the NLT?
You got it.
Proverbs
Now
30.
imagine if they had Sharia law here
Right.
in Babylon.
Right. And no,
How much adultery would happen then?
man. And no abortions.
Right.
You'd be the best woman in the planet. Imagine what happened, the cream of the crop of women, if they had them two laws, you know, and then public judgments.
They be thinking to themselves, is getting that penis over there, is that worth me getting stoned? 200 boulders coming towards you.
The first few years of his rocky, no pun intended, the first few years of his, woo.
And you got a bunch of Ray Rices in the crowd. You got Donovan McNabbs and
You know what I'm saying? Some quarterbacks and
Some pictures, bro.
Tom Brady type of energy. Hurling them stones at your ass. That's a slow, painful death.
The daddy got to cast the first stone, and the husband got to cast the second stone.
Yep.
The daddy got to finish the blood.
Just imagine that.
You said you had the NLT.
This is the GNT.
I remember the GNT.
Proverbs 30 and 20. This is how an unfaithful wife acts. She commits adultery, takes a bath, and says, "But I haven't done anything wrong."
Man, how many?
Man.
How many videos?
I'm gonna go and clean the stench off.
They not even taking
Try
baths
to
no
get
more.
rid of the smell, so I can, act like nothing happened.
How many?
Hey, you would definitely be able to know.
Women talking that shit. Women talking that shit. He little dude, he know he eating my side dude.
Yeah, that shit, bro.
Damn, he licking the side dude inside me. Like shit that, and you think the Heavenly Father ain't gonna pay you back for that stuff?
Right. They'll brag about how they were with the side dude earlier in the day, and then later at night, the man went down on them type shit.
Damn, baby, you moist tonight. Not knowing that
that's
it's not
just
side
like,
dude.
She was like, I let this dude cream pie and all that. And I came home and my husband, he ate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I seen
a
a
true account.
bitch that she stepped out the house while this nigga was in the shower and went and in the car, got popped in the car and came back in the house.
Oh no, she said she had ordered some food.
Yeah.
Oh, that might be a different one though. So
Yeah.
That's what she went to grab it.
Well, that was the one you sent with them. It was like some African Jake women. I think somebody sent
it was a different one.
The fact that we have
There's this many.
one account that this is, there's so many. I don't think I know talking about the same one. That's the fucked up part. This is
This is
common.
like, it's a common thing.
Yeah.
why this place got to get wiped out, man. Got to get burnt up.
Fucking people too.
Yeah.
So these people gotta burn. These people gotta suffer. You know.
And the original death penalty for whores back in the ancient world, but like besides the stoning, was to burn them.
Yep.
They got burnt. You know.
That's
It was like it was burnt. They got burnt in front of everybody too. It was like it was like a bonfire. You know. Wicked ass women.
Did y'all see the LA Victorville camp yesterday? Bro, you know when you hear Jay recount something, you hear from our perspective, and it seems funny now. You talking about? I think they were talking because I was half listening to it, well, not half, but I was listening to it. And I think they were talking about that one soldier that poured the gas on him and lit himself.
Oh
Yeah.
Bro, he was screaming.
Palestine.
First he was screaming, and then he just stopped screaming. There was so much pain, you could tell. And it was like, damn, we just gotta let him burn now. If we stop it now, it's gonna end up being worse for him. We need to let him finish the job. but they was, you know, brothers was laughing, and it became almost comedic. But it make you think about it.
It remind me of those people that be catching on fire in the Teslas.
Yeah.
And they can't get out, man. They be screaming and shit, screams. They don't hear them screaming.
Yeah, I know you know this answer. What does fire do to oxygen?
Oh, it eats it.
It eats it.
Yeah.
So you can't breathe.
Yeah.
So all that screaming and shit is gone. And going back to what we was talking about earlier with the fire, judgment of fire.
Especially if you inhale smoke. That just takes any little breath you had in you out.
Yeah.
Inhaling the smoke.
I watched that
Smoke
video that they were talking
inhalation.
about. And I was like, the first time, like I tried to watch it one good time. That one with the soldier lit himself and just like. At what point did you not realize this was a bad idea? You know what I mean? Like when it like at that point it ain't even really got you yet. You just oh shit, that's hot. And when you start being completely engulfed, you can see it like
So you think of that example and think about the, you know, going back to the brother's point at the beginning, the chariot fire, the missile fire, you know, that shit is like you burn, like say you burn your hand on the stove or something, like the iron or something. You like I burned my hand, remember just last week? I burned my hand on the motherfucking instant. I'm like, dang, you know it. So imagine being burnt and you can't just shake it off.
this is what these people are gonna get judged for,
Right.
with fire. Cause they were doing a lot of this shit, and the water was trying to flush them up, you know, wash them up, you know, and they went right back to it, and now they're even far worse. So this time, this is gonna be unforgettable. And they even went into a lot of Jake don't like to swim because it probably steals the trauma in their spirit. Imagine what fire gonna be like in the kingdom of heaven with those that got hit by fire. They ain't ever gonna make these mistakes ever again.
No, the Lord gonna make the example out of Babylon.
Right.
It's gonna put the biggest fear you can possibly have on the planet Earth after the Lord make this place an example.
Right?
I mean, this the scriptures in was that Revelation where it refers to America as the great whore, the mother of harlots. That's why that is the perfect judgment for this place is to burn it. In the ancient world, they burn whores, so why not burn the mother of harlots?
I think the Lord gonna make that scene like a motion picture,
Man,
like based on true events that you can watch it in the kingdom.
Yeah.
5K.
For all eternity, bro.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a high holy day, man.
And we gonna watch that on the high holy day, right?
Yep.
That sounds good to me.
hey, a lot of these deliverances became high holy days. The Exodus out of Egypt,
The Passover, Passat,
Purim,
yeah, Purim, Feast of Purim.
Purim, you know,
I was just
And even
thinking,
commemorated
Hanukkah.
Yeah, Feast of Dedication.
Hanukkah. Well, since
I was thinking the intensity of fire. Like this brother's pops was a firefighter, and I'm pretty sure he's fought fires where there's been whole buildings and the heat that comes off, like say this apartment structure, this building across the street caught on fire. We would feel the heat. The heat would be so hot we couldn't stand it.
Yeah.
So how much more?
Yeah, you feel that.
You feel that?
Right. So how much more? Say a city. Say Vegas. This is a city with on fire.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers in California could feel the heat. Like we smell the smoke of wildfires.
Yeah.
So how much a whole fucking country
Yeah.
Hey,
on fire?
hey, you remember that movie Backdraft?
Yeah.
I went to Universal Studios
Yeah.
and it had that little
Right.
backdraft,
Yeah.
backdraft, the ride.
Yeah.
Bro, it was so fucking hot in there. I still remember like the fucking how intense heat it was, bro.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? Why is this up and running, man? This shit's hot as fuck, man. Like I can feel like
Can't wait
I'm
to get
about to
outside.
boil up and shit.
Yeah.
Like the fuck, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, that fire is.
Yeah, man.
It's intense. It's you know you can't. It's so hot you can't bear it. You can't. Like I said, this building was on fire. We couldn't stand here.
It's like when you
Fire
walk
is a
down-
perfect judgment,
Yeah.
bro.
Hell yeah.
It's a perfect judgment.
Yep.
Fire is a spirit of vengeance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. It just devours. That's all it knows.
Yeah.
Yeah. Consumes.
Yeah, consume.
Consumes. You know. And at the end of the day, it purifies.
Yeah.
You know. They gonna.
A new heaven and a new earth is gonna come behind that fire.
They gonna get purified one way or another.
Huh?
You gonna come in. You gonna get purified through Yahweh Shai and chariots, or you gonna get purified here in Babylon. You know, through that fire.
But how do we get
We
purified?
purified through the
I
baptism.
was just gonna say, how do we purify through the baptism? Which is by what? We pass through the fire too, right?
Yeah.
We pass through the fire too.
Fire
Fire
is
is adversity.
Taking
Right?
trouble.
Yeah.
Our temptation.
Furnace of adversity.
Isaiah the 4th chapter, after it talks about the 7 women taking hold of one man, it talks about the spirit of burning. It talks about the daughters of Zion. I think it's like around the third verse.
Isaiah 4 and 3. And it shall come to pass that he that is left in Zion and he that remaineth in Jerusalem shall be called holy. Even every one that is written among the living in Jerusalem. When the Lord Yahweh shall have washed away the filth of the daughters of Zion, and shall have purged the blood of Jerusalem from the midst thereof by the spirit of judgment and by the spirit of burning.
Yeah.
You're gonna go through the fire one way or the other. You're either gonna go through this fire or you're gonna go through that other fire. Don't go through the fire either way. You know, these people, the 2/3, along with E, they need that other fire though. They definitely need it. Our people are filthy, man. I don't know who's more vile between Esau and these niggas. You know? Shit that goes on in Hollywood and all that shit gotta get cleansed out, man. Hey, you know, Diddy, that's just a smoke screen. That's come on now all of a sudden they're going after Jay-Z now. We know all these niggas in position was doing some heinous shit. But they learned that from somewhere. You know? This whole place is just vile, man. And that's why it says that in Nahum the 3rd chapter. It says, I will make thee a gazing stock among all the nations. When he lift up the skirts and show the nations and kingdoms your shame, he said that he's gonna he's gonna make you vile and a gazing stock. You know, something that you just look at and you just get disgusted with it. You know, you're just a disgrace, man. You're filthy. You're vile, man. You know? That's how the nations look at America, man. With all this perverseness. Orgies with little kids and shit, drinking blood and shit. You know? Child abuse. Men with men, women with women. I saw two badass females at the gym the other day, man. I was like, man, this place gotta go. Like that shit made me mad. I'm like,
Put those together.
yeah. I was like the other one that looked like she was supposed to be the dude. She even looked good. I was like, man, come on, man.
Two of them wasted.
Bro.
In a righteous society, man, I would have rushed both of them. You know? I'll muscle the one who thinks she the dude in front of the other one.
You ain't got a chance, you better not run. And it was sad, a lot of I'm not gonna say it. You know I'm probably gonna go.
Keep it salty.
I'm not gonna say it.
This place gotta go, man.
Yeah.
Gotta go.
GMS guys.
Yeah.
Right. Them GMS guys.
Hey,
Put that in the clip, put that in the archive.
They do a whole 2 hour.
I didn't say that. Some of them
2 hour
like
lesson
man,
on shit.
Which one probably still wants to be a woman.
Yeah, you don't want to be forced.
Right.
Nah.
Can't say shit.
Can't.
But sometimes that be in their spirit. They want to be put in their proper place as a woman. They want to feel like a woman. They never really, they don't know the difference of how it feels to be a woman. Because society's all upside down. You know, they didn't grow up with all this masculine energy. You know, think about a teenage girl that grew up with her mother. She probably became the man at some point in the house. Having to do the man duty, take their trash out. You know, go walk the dog, go mow the lawn and shit. You know, there's no man around to do it. The mom ain't gonna do it when she can pump her to do it. So she grew up with all this masculine energy. So what you think she gonna end up being?
Yeah.
Or she gotta meet a man that won't.
All it's gonna take is for 2 Peter 3.
Yep.
Let's end off on that note. Somebody give me 2 Peter 3. This is why we hasten the coming of the day of the Lord. See two chicks that look good, but they together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they're protected.
Yeah.
Start at 10.
2 Peter 3:10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
We was going into that earlier. This is going to be on that same day.
Go on.
It's going to be all kind of fire that day. Go ahead.
The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up.
Yep.
Seeing then,
Including all this filth. All this abominable wickedness going on, man. All that shit is going to get smoked.
That's right.
Go ahead.
seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness, looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of Yahweh, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
This shit is all going to be dissolved, clean dissolved. So everything can go back to its natural way, the way the Lord intended it, man. You know? Shit is just too out of order. Go ahead.
Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness.
Man, that's all we waiting on, man. That's why this fire is definitely necessary. You know, it's gonna do the job.
Shit.
You know?
That's bright as hell.
So yeah, man. With that, we're gonna close. We're gonna give all praise, glory, and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash.
The ones to the elder apostles and bishops of the great millstone. Peace, blessings, and citation to the elect. We're gonna say shalom.
Shalom.
303.
Okay, yes.
It's crazy you said that.